Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Gym Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball, so I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me, so I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels, we did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us if we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is the game that's been on my calendar all year.
We gonna need fan discipline.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome in, everybody, here to Zollner Stadium, home to the Concordia Cadets for today's matchup against the Wayne Generals. This is for 7th place in the SAC. Of course, Wayne comes in under head coach Sherwood Haydock, who's in his 3rd year at the school, has an 8-21 overall record. But Coach Haydock is a Fort Wayne legend. 35 years of coaching overall, 203 wins, 182 losses. Won a state championship at Harding High School for the Hawks and was a state runner-up over at Woodland with the Warriors. On the other side of the field is head coach Tim Manigal in his 12th year at Concordia. Of course, last year did not coach the squad. He decided to retire after the 2020 season, but stayed on as the athletic director. Boy, Coach Manigal missed it so much. He came back here for the 2022 season, and you can tell as this Concordia team is playing a different style of ball than they were a year ago. Now, the record may not show that. Concordia coming in, once again, both these teams with 2-4 records. The winner of this team will have 7th place all by themselves, barring a win or a loss from the teams ahead of them. But Coach Manigal, 61-72 overall, did win a state championship with the Cadets back in 2015. They only suffered 2 losses that season. One was to Snyder, who also won the state championship that year. And we'll make sure to remind Joe Walburn how good that team was. The other one was a 1-point loss to Homestead right here on this field. And if I remember correctly, that was a game-winning field goal at the end.
Hit the crossbar. That's right.
That's right. Hit the crossbar. That Concordia could have won that game. So
absolutely.
My name is Jeff Mahoney. This is my main man, Joe Walburn, in the booth with me. We got Pat Reith on camera. And, yeah, Joe, you remember that magical season of 2015 for this Concordia squad. And, I say it all the time. I moved away from Fort Wayne, born and raised here, played ball. I used to play on this field against Holy Cross. Okay, it's the only time in grade school we get to play here is when St. Charles would play Holy Cross. And, of course, I grew up every Friday in those bleachers across the way because that was the home side for Bishop Dwenger for many, 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 many years. Dwenger did not have a home field. This was our home field. We travel over here to Zollner. Joe, we'd be playing in the dugouts over there.
Yeah.
We'd be playing over there by the military set. We'd be playing football over there in the practice field. I mean, there's so many memories.
All the great players. Think of all the great players, Jeff, that played out here at Zollner.
All the great players. And, when you think of Dwenger, and all the great players. You think of Ewell Wilson and Chris Ditto and Kevin Coretta, and the list just goes on and on.
Your
and
boy,
on.
Boy Billy.
Brian I played with Brian, and I actually saw Brian the other day. He lives in Pine Valley. I didn't know that. He lives by Pat Reith. And
he's got to come out and do a game with us.
He does have to come out and do a game.
How fun would that be, Pat? Probably even be more fun after the game, right? Well, how much fun would that be to have Bobe out here?
And the thing is, Bobe is not a social media guy. He works over there at Jack Lorry, does a great job. Actually just hired his son to work with him over there at Jack Lorry, which is a great thing. But I said, Brian, we still talk about you on the broadcast, because I had to talk about you, from the playing days. He goes, I know, Jeff. People tell me all the time. He goes, people always tell me all the time, you mention them on Around the Fort or you mention them on a broadcast.
How do you not, man?
You got to love it. But, Joe, I know we were both really excited to do this matchup. First time this year, since we're out in the county covering more games out in the county. First time we've gotten to see Concordia and Wayne, and I'm really excited because I believe you have two of the most dynamic players in the SAC in this game right here with Lamarion Nelson, ESPN #1 play, known worldwide, Lamarion Nelson. Also, a 2.60 record-breaking performance, 427 yards rushing at Southside, taking on Johnny Washington here for the Concordia Cadets. Johnny, who had 12 receptions last week and set a new school record for receptions and receiving yards in that game at Bishop Dwenger. So honestly, Joe, it makes it that much more impressive that Washington was able to break that record against the Saints. Never easy. 13 receptions, 262 yards, averaging 20.2 yards per catch with a long of 68 and 2 touchdowns. How about this matchup today, buddy?
Oh, it's a great matchup, and you just opened it up well to all conference players. And what's interesting is you talk about Lamarion Nelson, 170 carries, almost 1,200 yards, almost 7 yards per carry, and 11 touchdowns. And get this, Jeff, he averages 192 yards a game.
Yeah.
And that's in which everybody knows it's coming, because when you look at Wayne and you break Wayne down, they're so dominant running the football. They have an O-line that goes 250 up front. But Wayne's issue this year has been passing the ball. They're only completing 43% of their passes, and they only throw for about 83 yards a game. So that makes it even that much more impressive of how well Lamarion Nelson is just running downhill. So in comes Wayne, 2-4. Wayne was doing a pretty good job managing the turnovers early on in the season. But last week against Snyder, they had 4 turnovers. And that was really just the difference that got them in trouble in that game, and they just couldn't overcome it. Now, they're still +2 in turnover margin on the season, but last week, 4 turnovers, and Snyder just really took them out back, and it was a woodshed beatdown. Sure. But what's key for Wayne, as great as Nelson is running the football, what's going to be key tonight is Wayne needs to throw the ball down the field. They have some great splits in Deontay Williams and Keyshawn Tolles. Those guys got to get involved in this game. We know how good the sophomore Sharon is. He comes in with 19 catches, 317 yards. But for Wayne, Williams and Tolles need to get involved on offense. But something else to keep in mind for Wayne, Wayne is awesome at offensive guard with Kenyon Davis, the junior, and Peyton Alt, a junior also. So they have 2 great offensive guards that go 270 and 280. So that's really what drives their run game. But Christian Trimble tonight comes in, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, done a pretty good job protecting the football, had a few issues last week, but he's a good player. He needs to get that ball to Williams and Tolles. And as far as defense for Wayne, I love the backers, Jeff. I mean, those inside backers, Ragsdale and Rockford, they are awesome. Ragsdale goes 6 feet, 205, the senior. Last week against Snyder, he had 8 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and 2 sacks. So they've got some dogs on defense. Darian Alexander, number 5, 6'4", 185, the junior, the outside backer. I can't wait till Jake Smith does a recruiting spotlight on him. And those corners, Jeff, they're all over 6 feet. So Wayne has some pieces.
No doubt.
Wayne's been beaten up. We're not going to see Nehemiah Young tonight. They're projecting him to come back next week. So when Nehemiah can come back, that's going to make a big difference for Wayne. But Wayne has some pieces, but Wayne needs to protect the football tonight and they also need to have some type of passing attack to take the pressure off of Lamar and Nelson. Now, on the other side with Concordia, you talked about Johnny Washington. For the season, 30 catches, 576 yards, almost 20 yards a catch and 7 touchdowns. So Wayne's getting the job done running it. Concordia's getting the job done through the air. They have a great quarterback in the senior, Eli Maddox, 6'3", 180. He's thrown 10 touchdowns, thrown for almost 1,200 yards, so he's having a great senior season. But the bugaboo for Concordia this year, and was the issue last week against Dwenger, Jeff, only 5 yards rushing.
Yep.
And so far this season, they're only averaging 82 yards rushing per game. So as awesome as Washington's been and Maddox has been, and also don't forget about Maddox Wright, 6'5", 215, the senior. He's averaging 12 yards. He's got 16 catches on the season. They got to be able to run the ball. They need some more balance. Last week against Dwenger, 43 passes, 26 runs. So that's really going to be your key tonight. Can Wayne get off their tendency and throw the ball down the field? Can Concordia get off their tendencies and run the ball, Jeff Mahoney?
Yeah, and when you look at Concordia's offensive line, you can say, hey, man, they average 238 a man. That's not bad. But you got to remember, Bubba Craig goes 6'8", 350.
That skews
so
it.
That skews that number just a little bit, because you got Harris at 220, Weigman at 170, and Asher at 200. So that's going to make it tough when you're going to go against some of these big defensive lines that you're going to see week in, week out in the SAC. And, you know, it is what it is. Carroll is a 3A school going up against a lot of these 5A, 6A programs. And that's one of the things that makes this conference unique and special. It's the reason why Bishop Luers leads the state in state championship wins, because they're battle tested by the time they get to postseason. And Coach Manigal has the recipe. He knows how to make this team successful in the postseason, and it's about keeping your guys healthy enough. You got to get through the gauntlet, which is not just 3 games. It's the gauntlet of 9 games, and get yourself ready for sectional. And we talked about it a lot last night on Around the Fort with head coach Tim Manigal. If you haven't seen that episode, you can visit SummitCitySports.com, and there's a link there midway through on the right side of the homepage. You can click on there and find all the archive broadcasts. But, Joe, this is a team that's had a lot of success in the postseason under coach.
Yes.
And it's not just with Peter Morrison. It was with Amir Drew and Brandon Davis and those great teams that they had when they were winning sectional games 54-4. Maybe not 54-4, but you know what I'm saying. Beating Peru, beating Maconaquah. They were beating teams really handedly.
Big time.
So when you look at it, just 3 team rushing touchdowns, all season yards.
Correct.
Tim Okiowo, the senior at 5'10", 170. He's a baller. He averages 5.3 yards per carry. Okay, 1 touchdown, 1 100-yard game. But, you know, for Eli Maddox, minus 21 yards, well, of course, a lot of that is attributed to the sacks because he can run. Okay, he's got 2 rushing touchdowns on the season. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. It's not going to be easy to run against this Wayne team. You're going to have to go to the air early and often. And, you know, I think they got the guys here. It's going to be interesting to see Maddox Wright today, the 6'5", 215-pound tight end, averaging 12.1 yards per reception. But make no mistake about it, Johnny Washington is their guy, and he's going to be the guy on any team in the SAC outside of maybe Northside with Tay Johnson.
I agree, and I think sometimes when you come into a situation like you mentioned and you have an undersized offensive line and you're struggling to run the ball, what you can do is you can attack on first down with short, quick passes, and that's what Peter Morrison did so well in that 2016 championship season.
15,
for Concordia. So that's what you have to do sometimes. Sometimes you have to throw on first down and attack, and I think Concordia can do that because Eli Maddox is a very good passer. You've got Washington. You got Wright. I'm hoping we can see Henry Scruggs tonight, too. Avery Cook is a good-looking slot back. Noah Trent. You've got some weapons. So sometimes you just have to throw that ball on first down and kind of treat those quick little passes or flat passes as your rushing attack, Jeff.
Joe, we're just going to take a quick break here and be right back with more Indiana High School football on Summit City Sports.
has always been here. And they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Welcome back, everybody, as we are just moments away from the start of this game. 8:30 to be exact. My name is Jeff Mahoney. We got Joe Walburn in the booth and the man, Pat Reith, on camera. So you are in good hands today. And, Joe, looking at this one, wow. A run-heavy team and a pass-heavy team.
Exactly.
Looking at Eli Maddox, he ranks number 5 in the 260 with 1,147 yards passing under his belt. And it's like Casey said, you look at the top 4 guys, and they are literally separated by 21 yards. Can you believe that? Peyton Slavin, 1,285 yards, and coming in at number 4 is Owen Warner at 1,264 yards. Johnny Washington, looking at the top receivers, ranks number 2, 30 receptions, 576 yards with 7 touchdowns. His 7 touchdowns are tied with Owen Troyer from Lakeland and Derek Overbay from DeKalb. So that's outstanding in itself. Mylan Graham does lead the 260 with 28 receptions, 659 yards, 5 touchdowns. Your leading rusher is Jonte Lambert after that huge performance against Homestead, where he went for, 307, Joe, against Homestead?
Yep, sure did. Big John Boy went over 300 yards last week.
Had 2 rushing touchdowns, and I believe he had the big interception at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Did he have a receiving touchdown as well? Either way, big day for John Boy.
Yeah, big day for John Boy. And it's interesting tonight with this, Jeff, which team can go away from tendencies and excel? You know what I mean? But looking through some of those stats and as you look through the season so far, we've had some fantastic individual game performances. Obviously tonight, with Washington for Concordia had the huge game last week. Nelson had the big game against my Archers, but we've had some unbelievable performances, Jeff.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So much so that Lambert ranks number 1 once again with those 1,242 yards. Lamarian Nelson comes in at number 2, 1,154 yards. Tyler Call, the QB from Angola, is next on the list with 722 yards. So Lambert and Nelson are just way ahead of the bunch. And then if you want to look at some great defenders, obviously you got Piseski and Jones from Carroll, 8 sacks apiece. Devon Doty, he's awesome. 6
fantastic.
sacks. But then Grant Hayworth comes in, and that's a guy I really want to keep an eye out on today. 6'5", 220 pounds, Joe, 35 tackles, 7.5 tackles for a loss, 5 sacks. And talking with Coach Manigal, sometimes with the digital scout, they give you like a half a tackle for an assist, where most people would just give you another tackle.
Yeah.
So Digital Scout is a little bit of a different software. It's a beautiful software. Actually, you can go to Digital Scout right now, type in Concordia, and you can find out the stats right after the first quarter. So it's beautiful in that aspect, but it's kind of weird with those 0.5 stuff. A lot of the other ones. So let's say you got 7.5 tackles. If you're on a lot of those other stat programs, now you got 10 tackles.
Interesting.
So you got to think about that when you're looking at these guys.
These numbers, sure.
James Rusher is a top 5 tackler in the SAC with Digital Scout.
Yeah.
And I looked at Coach Manigal yesterday. I said, James has just been awesome, been a starter for you. It was a baller as a sophomore. As a sophomore, he was arguably one of maybe the best defensive player. And now he goes both ways as a center and a middle backer. But Joe, he looked at me. He's like, "Yeah, those numbers are probably a lot higher than that." You
Wow.
know, if we were, and Coach Manigal, give me a break. He's the head coach for the football team. He's the AD.
He's got to do it all.
He doesn't necessarily have time to go through and pick out every single detailed stat.
He's like Jeff Mahoney. He has to do it all, right? But you're right. Hayworth and Rusher are the two kids when you watch Concordia's tape that really stand out. Hayworth, 6'5", 220, the senior. I could see Hayworth. I could project him being an outside backer on the next level, or a team taking a look at him and saying, "Look, man, he's 6'5". We can get up him. We can get some size on him up to 260, 270, and be a big-time defensive end. So I really like Hayworth. Has a great motor.
Big-time defensive end.
Big-time defensive end. Those are the guys you like, Jeff, that you always comment on. He's long. He goes 6'5". That's what you're looking for on the next level of defensive end. Imagine Hayworth, if they can get him up to 260 with that wingspan, how dominant he could be. And then I love Rusher. I think Rusher's just fantastic. 6'1", 240, the senior. And you mentioned it, Jeff, 52 tackles, 11 tackles for a loss. Just feels like he's just been in the middle of that linebacking core over here for so long. Just a great kid, an all-conference linebacker. And they got some dogs. And you got, Washington playing corner. So you got a lot of guys playing both ways. But Hayworth and Rusher are dogs on that Concordia defense that Wayne's going to have to figure out. We got to get a hat on these guys, and we got to get these guys blocked tonight.
Yeah, and, in a game like this where Coach Haydock is going to go to the ground and pound, he talks about it all the time. He actually was talking with Casey O'Boyle, Northeast Indiana game night, that he's got 3 guys on that list. Can you believe that? 3 guys on the all-time 260 list.
Yeah, he's proud of that.
Jalen Bennett from Woodland.
Hurst.
And no, it was from Harding. Who is the back from Harding? I'm going to have to pull it up here on SummitCitySports.com.
Let's check it out.
And then his other one is obviously the area's leader now in Lamaria Nelson. So Coach Haydock's really, really proud of that. But, Coach Manigal, he might say, well, I got the answer because I can put my big right tackle, Bubba Craig, at 6'8", 350, I can put him on the D-line.
And that may be what they need to do, because if you look at what Concordia, when we got the scouting report, I saw a 3-man front. Now, I really like Hayworth. I also really like Chance Harris. I got a chance to talk to his folks before the game. Tough kid, man, number 61, 5'9", 220. He is a tough kid you can put in the middle. But you're right, Jeff. If you're Concordia, you could put Bubba Craig in there, play a 4-man front. You got some dogs on the back end at the linebackers with Rusher and Tyler Moher. So you've got some players. So I think you've got some things you can do with Concordia. But if you're Concordia, you're right, Jeff. You've got to stop the run, and you've got to make Wayne beat you with their passing attack.
Referee tonight is Charles Dempsey. Umpire Dick Boyd. Head linesman Tony Capone.
I'm getting old. I played high school football with Charles Dempsey. He was a slot back and a defensive player, and he was a tough guy, good player. So good to see Charles out there refereeing.
And Joe, you're older than I am.
I know.
It is what it is, buddy.
I'm getting there. I told somebody the other day on Twitter, I said, all these games we do, Jeff, I've either played with their daddy or against their daddy or with their uncle or against their uncle. I said the first time that Jeff and I go out and do a game with Pat and Tommy Norris, and I've either played with the grandfather or against the grandfather, that's when I need to retire and be done, man.
David Hampton, the line judge. The back judge is Brent Kreider. We got our captains out there. Number 2 for Concordia. Number 4. Number 2, of course, Eli Maddox. Landon Kaczynski. Kaczynski had a nice game against Bishop Dwenger as well. And James Rusher.
And rivalry week. A lot of people said Concordia and Wayne's a rival. Hey, it's starting to come along. This is a great game to be at. I'm so excited to see Maddox and Washington. For Wayne, I'm excited to see Nelson. I can't wait to see Ragsdale in the middle at linebacker. But other great matchups. North and South, the total poll tonight over at North, that's a huge game. How about Carroll and Homestead? Can Homestead withstand that Carroll defense tonight out Southwest? So that's a great matchup. And the Bishops, Jeff, you played in that game. Dwenger travels to Bishop Lures, so that's a huge matchup. And Coach Q gets his first look at Snyder as a head coach for Northrop over at Spoller. So rivalry night in the SAC and great matchups. And it's going to be interesting to see, who can suck it up, who can play some good ball tonight. And this is a big game for both these two teams because sometimes in this conference it's tough to find wins. They both come in 2-4. I expect they're going to fight hard because they each desperately want that third win.
Yeah, so Wayne wins the coin flip. They'll defer. Concordia will receive. Concordia will receive with their backs to the east end zone. And your captains over there, that was Lamarion Nelson, Caden Rochford, Austin Finney, along with number 45, Michael Ian Ragsdale.
Yeah, Ragsdale's just a dog out there. Again, 6 feet, 205. I can see him playing some major ball on the next level. And here we go. As for Concordia, though, Jeff, they come in -7 in turnover margin, so they have to protect the football and not make any early mistakes. And they're only averaging 15 points a game, so good matchup. Man, can't wait. This is awesome. Summit City Sports, man, and let's roll, dog.
Kosinski's back deep to return it for Concordia. 17 kickoff returns on the season, averaging 18.9 per return. Your kicker for the Generals, that is Robert Castro. Where's number 32? Just a junior at 5'9", 165. Joe, he's got 2 touchbacks this year. He's got a strong leg. Also, he's 11 of 13 in PAT attempts. He has not attempted a field goal on the season.
Yeah, important to get off to a good start with the special teams if you're Wayne. So both of these teams need to win the special teams battle because these teams are pretty evenly matched, Jeff. Yeah, Tommy screaming, watch the onside kick.
And you know what's funny?
That's classic. Tommy Norris.
Yeah, and everybody just moved up, Tommy. That's so funny.
Also after last week, man.
And we are off. It's not. It's going to be kicked deep to Kaczynski as he'll receive it at the 8-yard line. It's a return right for the Cadets. Good blocking. Kaczynski cannot get around the corner. He'll be pulled down about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Wayne to steam down, stay in those lanes. Good job on the special teams. Concordia wanted that corner, but Wayne keeps the discipline. So here we go, man. Here's the first possession. Watch this right here. Sit there. He's in the lane. Beautiful. Break down. Make that tackle. Special teams kickoff is all about the responsibility of staying in your lane, and Wayne does at that time. And here we go, first possession. We'll see what Concordia, how they come out and attack here.
Boy, Maddox is looking really, really tall out there. Listed at 6'3", 175. Okiowo in the backfield with him. Maddox comes up first, and that's a bounding ball. Good defensive play by number 2. They got it listed as Lamarion Nelson.
Yeah, is that Nelson? Let's take a look on the Traction AP replay. I don't think Nelson's in there. Actually, he is in there, Jeff. But you know what? For Maddox, that's a nice job of climbing the pocket, and he wanted to go to Maddox right that time. The 6'5" receiver just got to get rid of that ball faster.
Yeah, we're going to get out of that one. Now the handoff.
Fumble.
And it looks like he was down.
Woo! We'll have to take a look at that. I tell you, this has been the bugaboo for Concordia. You got to protect that football. So on the first play, you almost get an interception there. There's a discussion about that. If that's a fumble, I thought that was a fumble. We'll see what they call. But, man, this is where Concordia's gotten in trouble. That's a fumble. Exactly. This is what's killed Concordia. -7 in turnover margin. And you start the game with the fumble, Jeff Mahoney. And this is what's so hard for Concordia to overcome.
Wow, and you know what? That's the right call because
it is.
His leg was on top of the defender, as you can see, Joe. He was never down.
Never down and just coughed the ball up, and that's a break for Wayne. And Wayne's been good with the turnover margin, +2. So slow start for Concordia. Now if you're Wayne, you want to cash in here. You want to take advantage of that and see if you can get some points.
The single back as Trimble's going to be under center for the Generals. Nelson takes a handoff going to the right side. Stonewalled in the backfield. Nearly got out of it, but great pursuit there by the Cadet defense. That was number 45 for Concordia. Zach Spielman finishing them off.
Yeah, nice job by Concordia. The ends stay tight, and they do a nice job of boxing Nelson in that time. So that's good defense. And if you're Concordia with Nelson, you have to win on first down. Watch it right here. They give it to Nelson. See the end? Boom. Beautiful. Tight. Keeps him inside. Rest for the rest of the dogs to run down, make the tackle. Beautiful defense. You got to win on first down if you're Concordia against Nelson.
Folks, that's Jacob Sharon at the top of your screen. A dynamic player as Trimble's going to roll his side. There's pressure. That's Hayworth providing the pressure, and that's a pass complete to number 5, Darion Alexander. Looks like he's pushed out right around the 9-yard line.
That's a good-looking play. You get the boot that time. Alexander goes 6'4", 185 pounds. A kid that we love, only a junior. But how about Trimble getting away from trouble? Watch this. Concordia has it defended, but they lose contained. Right there. You got to keep contained, baby. And look at Trimble throw a nice ball to Alexander. Good play for Wayne. That's what Wayne needs to keep the pressure off Nelson.
Now, I was thinking, Joe, if there was a game for Wayne to get polished up in the passing, this is the game. Wide open in the end zone. That's number 3, Keyshawn Tolles. And that's a touchdown for the Generals. Up early in this one, 6-0.
And that's a great play fake by Trimble. And we've been begging all year for Tolles, 6'4", 170, the junior wide receiver, Jeff Mahoney, to get the football. That's a great play call. And I love that Haydock calls that on first down inside the 10-yard line. That's great football. That's how you use your weapons. You got wide receivers that are 6'4" and 6'5", and Tolles and Alexander. Very impressive, and that's how you make a team pay with the turnover. So a great start for Wayne.
PAT attempt coming up, and snap. No, that's bobbled. He's going to have to fall on it. Good play there by Castro. Just smothered it, I guess.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
Yeah, and the holder has to get that down for Wayne. Sometimes you think you don't have much time, but you do have the time. Got to get that ball down because those extra points are so important. But a good start, Jeff, for Wayne.
Yeah, Joe, and I want you to take us through this touchdown for the Generals because Christian Trimble is looking good early on in this one.
He is looking good. Now watch, they load up in the goal line. Look at that. Bunch of tight ends. Look at that play action. Beautiful. Shows the ball. He's open. Sticks it there. See the nice release by Tolles. They have Tolles attached to the line. He kind of skirts out. Concordia's thinking first down near the goal line. Nelson's going to get it right. No. Great call to go against your tendencies. And that's a great play fake by Trimble. Freezes the Concordia backers. Excellent play call. Excellent start for Wayne.
You know what I like about that formation is when you're bunched tight like that,
yes,
the defense is too. They're not trying to run to all that chaos. They're trying to have their playmakers be able to separate themselves against the pile.
And that's a great point because when you're bunched up like that, you can easily sneak, a tight end or a wide receiver attached at the line to the flat like that. That's a great play call, and that's the ability of having Nelson as a decoy.
This one taken by Kaczynski. Wow, look at that's going to bounce right towards the General. You got to fall on it, and he does at the 18-yard line.
Now I'm mad if I'm Coach Manigal. We're flat right now. I'm down there barking. This is supposed to be senior night. We got to go now. I'm barking down there now. We have a turnover. We don't cover the kickoff. I'm barking down there if I'm Coach Manigal. We're going to play cadet football, and you know what? You better pick it up.
And what did he say yesterday? For some reason, this team seems to start
starts
off a little bit slow all season long. So hopefully that doesn't last here for the Cadets. Okiowo going to fall forward. He was hit right away in the backfield, Joe. But able to squirt through for a few-yard gain.
And that's a great job out there by Caleb Woods. 53, makes a nice job on the penetration. Goes about 200 pounds, playing up over the nose. Nice play, Caleb.
2nd down and 9. Okiowo once again, huge hole for the Cadets as he's going to drag tacklers all the way to the 29-yard line, Joe. I think that's good enough for a Cadet first down.
And I see you, Big Bubba. That's how you get off the ball, this 350-pound tackle running right behind them, and I like it. If they can establish the run, they're going to be dangerous.
Cadets going to stay in this hurry-up offense. 2 wide receivers up top, 2 on the bottom. There's that big tight end is Okiowo's third straight carry, this time taken down about the 37-yard line.
And I like it. You run behind the offensive line. Good job. We talked about Bubba Craig. How about Chance Harris, 5'9", 220, the senior, and James Rusher at center. So Concordia likes the run game. Let's see if Wayne can clean it up.
Okiowo once again, now to the 41. That's going to be good enough for another Concordia first down. So they're giving it to the big tailback early and often in this one. A senior at 5'10", 170 pounds. Joe, listed at 170. He's very well put together. He's a strong young man.
And Ragsdale and Rockford have to tighten up closer to the line of scrimmage. Fumble,
and nobody there for Cadets. That is going to be the second straight fumble for Concordia in as many drives.
Wow, and that's just devastating. Looked like the Wayne defensive end was in the backfield and disrupted the handoff, Jeff, and that never quite looked right. But that, again, those turnovers kill you with that. And I tell you what, they come in -7 turnover margin. Now you got 2 quick turnovers. So check it out here. See the handoff? See how quick the penetration is? Never quite had the ball real well. Wayne blasts through with the penetration, and that's turnover number 2. And I tell you what, if I was Wayne, I'd be tempted to go up top here. Look at the bust outside. Nobody's covering the wide receiver right now, and Concordia has to burn a timeout. Man, I'm mad right now if I'm Coach Manigault. They didn't even have the wide receiver covered out there. I had to burn a timeout.
Yeah, tough start here for the Cadets, and Coach Manigault called it. This is a team that, for some reason, one or another, they start off games slow. Well, folks, today's game is brought to you by Big Eye Fish. They've been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. At Kelly Automotive. Kelly Automotive is celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their brands at brands@drivekelly.com. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more at Tom Steele Tire. So here it is on 1st and 10, and they are going deep. They heard you in the booth, Joe, and he's got a man, just overthrows him. Woo. That's that speedy wide receiver I was telling you about, number 10, Jacob Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon was open on that. Concordia's lucky. It was the seam route from Sharon. Sharon's only a sophomore, 5'11", 170. Great high school football player. He's got 19 catches for 317 yards, and Trimble had him. He just needed to put a little bit more air under it, and boy, Concordia dodged a bullet there. That could have been just put you in danger time if Sharon makes that catch.
Brings up 2nd and 10. 2 wide receivers up top. That looks like that's Sharon on the wing. In motion, number 16, that's Caden Berger. No, excuse me. That is Harold Mack. And we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's a great job by Concordia defending that. You're going to have a hold. I believe you're going to have a hold out there either on Sharon or the right tackle, and that's going to really hurt this drive. But good job on the short side of Concordia running to the football. Dogs ran backside and made that play. So think about how big that pass was for Wayne, that Concordia was able to dodge that bullet. Now you get a hold, Jeff. Now Wayne's really far behind the chains. So big turn of events here.
Yeah, it's going to bring up 2nd and 23 here for the Generals. Once again, both these teams coming in with 2-4 records, tied for 7th place in the SAC. Right above them, it is Bishop Lures with a 3-3 record. Lures tonight hosting the other Catholic school in town, Bishop Dwenger. Quick pass. That goes out to Mack. Mack trying to cut it up, but you know what? A lot of cadets right there in the area. That's good defense by this very young cadet squad.
Yeah, way to run to the ball for Concordia. Mack's a good-looking prospect, 6 feet 175, only a sophomore, has 3 touchdown catches, but watch Concordia run. Wayne gets it out quick to Mack. See how it comes out quick? But look, go fight that block off. Beautiful. Goes right through the block, Concordia. Wide receiver throws a lookout block. Look out, Mack. Look out. Doesn't throw a block, but Concordia gets through the block and makes the tackle. That's how you play defense on the outside.
A little Olay, if you will.
Look out, baby.
Coach will have fun with that one in the film room. That'll bring up 3rd and 23. Trimble, quick pass. finds his man, Keyshawn Tolles. He's already got 1 touchdown in this game. As a matter of fact, Tolles coming into today has 1 touchdown under his belt. I'll tell you what, he comes in with 4 receptions, and they're going to him early and often. He might double that up today.
Yeah, you're right. And when I watch the tape and break down the stats, I'm scratching my head why Tolles doesn't get the ball more. Extremely impressive athlete, 6'4". So Tolles makes a nice play, but Concordia comes up and makes the tackle, and they might survive this turnover, Jeff, here on 4th down as Wayne punts.
Yeah, I think this is the game where they feel like Coach Haydock feels like he can get his team in that situation to throw the ball. That's Harold Mack back there to punt it. Gets it off. Good-looking punt. Nobody back deep for the Cadets. Great job by the punt team getting down there as Sharon downs it. What is that, Joe? The 3-yard line? Outstanding work.
Yeah, outstanding work by Sharon. Sharon is a 3-phase player. Sharon can play offense, defense, special teams. And you're right, they win on special teams. Matt gets it off. Let's take a look where they spot this. But look at the hustle by Sharon. I see you, Jacob. That's how you run down on punt team. Maybe the 4, Jeff, but that's huge for your defense for Wayne.
And, Joe, when I'm coaching my middle schoolers, nothing makes me more upset than when they're jogging down the field. When you hustle, good things like that happen.
Absolutely.
New back in the backfield for Concordia as he'll bust it up the gut to about the 16-yard line. Heck of a gain there for Kaczynski.
Yeah, Kaczynski's a good-looking ball player.
No doubt.
And I tell you what, they found something so far with this run game. They're running right behind Big Bubba.
Maddox once again goes to Kaczynski. He falls forward to about the 19-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 3 on the play. Looking at Kaczynski, listed as a cornerback. Maddox flushed out of the pocket and nowhere to go as he'll be sacked. Big sack by number 4, Caden Rochford.
Yeah, Rochford's a dog. Comes from the middle linebacker position. 5'11", 210, the senior. 38 tackles, 3.5 tackles for a loss. That's a play where Maddox has to get rid of that football. So watch this in the Traction AP replay. He's looking, he's holding it. Got to get rid of it, dog. Got to get rid of it. You got to get rid of that ball.
So Maddox once again going to the air and looking for Washington. Nowhere to be found is the ball. Excuse me, that was Kalen William Thomas. Thomas, yes. Only a sophomore at 6 foot 160.
They play so many sophomores. And on this drive, I liked with Coach Manigal. He went up tempo and the run game was working. What killed this drive was the sack. Now you got to be careful here if you're Concordia. You got to punt the ball away.
And Thomas does average 15.6 yards per reception with the touchdown. Good-looking punt, but it will roll out of bounds. I think they're going to mark it at the 48 of the Cadets. So, Wayne, they've had great field position in this game. Every drive has started in Concordia's zone after the 2 fumbles and now the punt.
Yeah, and Concordia is just flirting with disaster. Now, if you're Wayne here, you really need to score on this possession. You've had so many breaks, so many advantages in this first quarter. I might get a little aggressive here if I'm Wayne on the play calling because I really want to get some points because my defense and my special teams right now are dominating.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, Coach Manigal is right. The crowd support here is outstanding. We are absolutely packed here on the Concordia side. It's 1st and 10 from the Cadet 48. The pitch goes out to Lamarion Nelson. Nelson, after a gain of about 6 yards, taken down at the 43-yard line.
Tremendous vision, tremendous feet. Lamarion or Jumbo are the best backs in the state. If you take a quick peek at this, the Traction AP replay. Now watch the cut, watch his feet. Watch this. Now watch how he hits the hole. Right there. You see that little swerve? He doesn't take a big hit. He gets the extra yards. Those are the backs you see at Power 5 in the NFL that can take that extra little move at the end and get those positive yards and not take a big hit, Jeff.
Yeah, you see how Nelson is patient and lets the play develop and then gives you that burst.
Yes.
This time, nowhere to go. Good job on the backside there by Grant Hayworth.
Yes, Hayworth. I see you, Grant. Beautiful. 6'5", 220. That's how you play at the defensive end. He holds the edge on the end, and then comes down and makes the play. Now it's third down. Here comes Big Bubba. I see you, Bubba. Now they got to stop the run. Watch Hayward. See Nelson's cut right there? Beautiful. But watch Hayward kept coming. Beautiful. Holds the edge on the end, then comes down and finishes the play up.
And, Joe, if you'll notice that, he gets upfield and then crashes down because the first thing is contained. So on third and short, I think Concordia is going to stop him. That's a close one there. Lamarion, a gain of about 2 yards, but that's not going to be enough. No, they're going to spot it at the 4, so a gain of inches.
And Wayne's going to try to hurry up, and that's Bubba blowing that play up in the middle. So if I'm Wayne, I would try to get outside here if you're going to go for it. They may try to draw him off here, Jeff.
Ball at the Cadet 40-yard line, 2 yards short. And Coach Haydock is going to call a TO, baby. That's going to give me some time to honor some more of our sponsors here. Couldn't do it without our sponsors. We love them all. And no one better than at Ottenwiller Contracting. We invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwillerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. A system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com.
Tommy likes the trap here. I would take Trimble, and I'd run play action, fake it to Lamari and Jeff, and I would roll Trimble out the play we saw on the touchdown earlier and give him a run-pass option. Let's see what Wayne dials up here.
4th and 2. The box is loaded and nowhere to go. Getting pursuit in the backfield. Great job there by the defensive lineman. Is that Hayworth again?
That's Hayworth, and that's a horrible play call. I'll tell you what, Hayworth is awesome making that play. I see you, Grant Hayworth. Beautiful, 6'5", 220. Watch it in the Traction AP replay. Look at the penetration right there. Beautiful. Look at them push, Jeff. Look at the push. Big Bubba's in there pushing, but Hayworth is so difficult to get blocked. But what was that play call? You got Lamari and Nelson. You got 6'4" wide receivers and tight ends. You can run Trimble outside the pocket, and you run a dive? Boy, that's a missed opportunity for Wayne.
Yeah, it is tough to always watch those jumbo sets, Joe, where the defense gets jumbo too. So then you got a big jambalaya in the middle.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And you got Jumbo Bubba in there too. That's fantastic. But you're right. They pack everything in, and you run a dive when you have as much speed and athletic ability that Wayne has.
You know, all my 10 years with the University of St. Francis head coach Kevin Donnelly, they had a jumbo package that they called Delta, and it never worked.
The jumbos never work. That was always my experience too.
Unless you're gashing a defense and then they're tired and, you know, it's late in the third quarter and they're just like, take it, dog. You won 6, man.
Yeah.
My head hurts.
That's a great play by Ragsdale for Wayne making that tackle. Concordia almost had a big run. Now Concordia is moving the ball on the ground, Jeff. Wayne missed their opportunity to really put Concordia in deep water and put them away early on. Now Concordia is going to survive all the mistakes, and like Coach Manigault said last night, they're going to wake up now here at the end of the first quarter. Now let's see what they dial up first down here, Jeff.
Joe, when you're Wayne, your first 2 drives start in the Concordia zone. The first one was inside the 20. The second one, what was that, right around the 30. And then the punt rolls out at the 48. This is the Cadets' 4th drive, and they've been getting some stuff going on the ground. As you can see right there, Kaczynski still tearing it up.
How about Kaczynski? One cut and go. We keep waiting for Concordia to put the ball in the air. They're running behind Big Bubba. They got Rusher out there pushing. But how about Kaczynski? One cut and go. Beautiful. I like it right now. Now, Wayne, you better get another backer or 2 in the box. See how Concordia has them spread out? Wayne doesn't have enough pieces in the box.
Here on 2nd and 2, Kaczynski's got all kinds of space. He could be gone to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Landon Kaczynski answers for the Cadets.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Great play call. Coach Manico spreads them out, Jeff. Wayne's only got 5 guys in the box. Big Bubba, James Rusher, Chance Harris, that left side of the Concordia offensive line fires off and creates the hole, baby. That hole was so big, I could have ran my Ram truck through that hole, Jeff. That was a big one, boy. I tell you what, nice job on the offensive line. And I think Concordia's found something. We talked about in pregame, who can get away from tendencies. Now we're seeing Concordia run that football, and we got ourselves a good game now.
And I was loving it last week. There's a blocked PAT. How about the big dog getting in there to eat? That was number 52 for Wayne, Kalen Kelsaw.
Yeah, 5'11", 230, the senior.
Hey, the big guy's got to eat too,
I see you, big boy. That's right, blocking that kick. So, boy, Concordia needed that touchdown to get going. But they did in the run game, man. And I tell you what, they might have an advantage with this O-line, but you can't play 5 guys in the box if you're Wayne. You're going to have to understand that we got to move some more pieces in the box, and we may just have to play man-to-man on some of these wide receivers. But, boy, maybe Concordia finally has awoke for this game, but that was big. So we got ourselves a good one now, Jeff.
Last week Tim Atkinson's doing the Dwayne Concordia game, and I'm looking at all these Twitter highlights, and it's like Landon Kaczynski. Check out Landon Kaczynski with the TFL. Kid was balling last week for the Cadets.
Yeah, the great Tim on the call. And Landon was balling last week. We got a couple of scores to pass around real quick. Over at Spoler, Snyder 14, Northrop nothing. So the Black Attack's off and rolling. Here's a surprise for you early on, late in the first. Homestead 3, Carroll nothing. So, wow, man, we'll see. I tell you what, rivalry week. I hope my Archers are playing well over at North, but I don't know, Jeff. Tommy, don't tease me. Tommy's barking. It's the River Rats this week. Tommy played for Northside 1970. I got to go over there and get his Indian heads that he carved.
And that's taken by one of the up men. That's number 12 for the Generals, Austin Finney, one of the captains at the 30.
And Sharon covers the fumble. And Finney has got to get upfield, to run back and forth, Jeff. He fumbled the ball. And, again, Sharon always seems to be there to make a play. So, boy, Wayne's lucky to get that back. Now they get the ball in the 30. Let's see if Wayne can get going here, Jeff. But, man, rivalry week, man. What a great matchup. It feels great out here. This is the first time I've done a game at Concordia since the turf, Jeff. And I didn't realize they had this Jumbotron.
Oh, yeah, they got the Jumbotron.
They hooked it up out here. It's beautiful out here.
Carroll doesn't even have a Jumbotron in that beautiful new stadium.
That's hard to believe. They have everything else. They have an elevator.
They do have an elevator. Yeah, I was going to tell Tommy before he stepped outside to go get a breather, some of that fresh air. It's beautiful fall night, isn't it? Football. It's football weather, is it not, Joe?
It is. It's the best time of year. It is the best time of year. Weather.
Under center is Trimble. That's Lamarion Nelson, 5 yards deep, takes the handoff, looking for a hole. And I'm telling you what, this Concordia defense has come to play. Coach Manicle, boy, he knows the scheme, doesn't he? He knows what to do against these big backs.
He sure does. And right now, Concordia is winning at defensive end positions because what they're doing is they're keeping the outside shoulder and outside arm free, and they're making Lamarion. Watch Lamarion right here. You see, he can't get outside. He has to duck inside, and they close down the rushing lanes inside. So right now, they're doing a great job against Wayne's rushing attack.
Boy, those defensive ends, they got long arms, and when they get that press going, they get some leverage. They're pushing this O-line back. Trimble now on the wide receiver screen. Has a completion outside wide, and that's going to be very close to a first down. Joe, did you catch the number there? That is number 10, Jacob Sharon.
Yeah, that's
he's a real player.
Yeah, you love Sharon. Another kid you've identified. Sharon, 5'11", 170, the sophomore. What I like about that play is Trimble gets that ball out so quick to Sharon, and Sharon's able to make some moves out there and get a positive play. So that's a first down. That's a good-looking play, and Trimble looks good tonight, Jeff. I like how Trimble's throwing the ball early on.
And Sharon comes into today with 92 yards under his belt rushing, averaging 6.6 per yards per carry. Trimble once again under center. Another wide receiver screen. This one goes to Mack. Mack makes the first guy miss. He's hard to bring down. It takes a host of cadets. He'll be stopped right around the 47-yard line.
And that's what you have if you're Wayne. You've got tremendous athletes on the outside, Jeff. Get the quick pass out there. Let Mac make some moves. What you're going to do is you're going to spread this cadet defense out. Then you can run the big back Nelson back between the holes. But watch how fast this ball comes out for Trimble. Watch this. He gets it. See, it's gone. It's gone. Beautiful. Now, Mac, make the move. Boom. Nice move by Mac. Great job. Good forward progress. But see, now you're starting to take that defense and you're going to widen it out. And that'll open up the run lanes for Nelson.
Joe, I've never played quarterback, except for in the backyard. But I did watch the Kurt Warner movie, and I do like what McDaniel's doing over there at Miami.
Yes.
So I told my quarterback over at Northwood Middle School, son, you got to get rid of the ball early. You got 3 seconds. We got to get rid of that ball. Folks, we'll be right back. You're watching Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Jeff Mahoney, Joe Walburn, and Patrick Reith on camera. You're watching Summit City Sports broadcast of Wayne at Concordia, and we're tied at 6. Ball at the 49-yard line on second down, and the pitch goes out wide, and Nelson pushes the first guy down. Look at Big Boy run all the way to the 37.
That's a tremendous effort. Tommy Norris makes a great point that the inside backers for Concordia are spying on Nelson. That play should have been stopped behind the line of scrimmage, but that's the greatness of Nelson. Watch the wiggle here in the Traction AP replay. It's a toss sweep. Concordia's there. Look at that. But see, he bounces it, the wiggle. Now watch that. Right there. See the cut? Then he's upfield. That's what makes Nelson such a fantastic back.
Joe, you're asking a lot when you got to take on a blocker and you got to take on Nelson. Nelson's just way too strong from head to toe.
Totally fantastic prospect.
1st and 10. Once again, it goes to Nelson. We got a flag on the play. Nowhere to go. Big Boy got down.
Yeah, he did get down. And again, Concordia holds the edge. Nelson wanted to bounce it, kept his discipline, stayed in the hole, and Concordia makes the tackle. So we're going to see what we have here on this play, what the penalty is. Maybe an illegal shift possibly against Wayne. We'll see what they call here.
Once again, head referee Charles Dempsey.
Yeah,
that's his crew doing a great job tonight.
That's what it is. You actually had 2. You had an illegal shift in holding. Now, if I'm Concordia, I'd take the hold because anytime I can get a hold, Jeff, that's going to push them back.
See, you got the man in motion.
It is a penalty against.
Now, I didn't see the hold, but that's a big penalty right there. So, man, oh, man. Wayne's again behind the chains, and that's devastating for their offense.
Yeah, so that's going to bring up 1st down and 22 at the 50-yard line for the Generals. Trimble under center. They got double tight there with the 2 tight ends. Beautiful pass, and that one's complete to number 6. Deontay Williams, just a junior at 6'3",
and that's
175.
That's what we wanted to see, Jeff. We wanted to see Williams and Tolles get involved, and on that time, the Concordia backers lost him out of the backfield. That time from the tight end position, and that could be part of the spy. Really focusing on Nelson. So you get the play action. Watch this in the play action right there. Look at Concordia suck in. Puts Williams open. Nice job by Trimble to get out. And, boy, I like that play-action passing attack for Wayne so far. That's a good-looking play.
2nd down and 7. Remember, it was 1st and 22. Nelson hit right away in the backfield. This time, it's number 7 for the Cadets, and that is Tyler Mower, the senior, 5'10", 170.
Yep, nice ball player. 37 tackles, 4.5 tackles for a loss. Very active outside backer. Another dog that can run up and down the field. Watch him hold the point right here. Nelson wants to jump through, but look at Moore. Hang on there. Beautiful. That's the way you stand up and stop the run.
Joe,
now, big third down here, Jeff.
And we always talked about attacking those blockers. That's exactly what happened. Mac didn't know what to do.
That's right.
3rd down and 7. Trimble now out of the shotgun has Nelson offset left. The quick pass goes to the sideline. And a beautiful job out there by number 6, Deontay Williams. Do you see that little stutter?
Yes.
He said, ole, and the defender went on by.
Exactly, 6'3", 180, another junior for Wayne, and Trimble gets the ball out quickly. Now watch this on Traction AP replay. Watch how fast Trimble gets rid of it. Right now, get rid of it, baby. Beautiful. Got to get that ball down, but look at Williams, the athletic ability to climb up and get it. You got to get the ball early to your playmakers.
Joe, how beautiful was that snag? Did you see Williams just go up there and snag that ball out of there? Trips on the bottom of your screen. Screen pass goes over to Mac. Mac's going to go the opposite way with it. Good pursuit by the Cadets, but that's going to be good enough. That's a gain of about, 5 yards?
I kind of like it because
I
Concordia's over pursuing. I don't know if that was drawn like that or if that was just Mac, but with Concordia's hard pursuit by the backers, watch this play. Ball comes out quick. Watch the backers run. I'm running, baby. Uh-oh, who's got backside? And look at the quarterback come down, try to throw a block. Backside in, has to keep discipline, loses it there, and Wayne's got a good-looking play and a good-looking drive.
The thing about those counters is when you cut back as a defender, you got walls to run through.
That's
you
right.
got to run around people.
That's exactly right. And you get caught up in the wash, and that's exactly what happened. So that's a good-looking play. We'll see what's going on here. Oh, false start. That's what you can't have if you're Wayne.
Yeah,
if I'm Sherwood over there, I'm barking. Come on, man. Any more penalties, you're going to run tomorrow. We can't have a false start on 2nd down and 6. It just takes us out of our offense of what we want to do with Nelson.
And Coach Manigal said they don't get together on Saturdays or Sundays. The weekends are for the guys to rest and recover.
I was stunned by that when we heard some of
No
his
film or
philosophies.
nothing.
I was stunned by that with some of his philosophies.
Trips on the bottom of the screen. We got rush coming from the bottom as well. And that one just overthrown. You know what? Williams should have come up with that one. As beautiful as that last catch was, that one went right through the fingers.
Yeah, Williams has to catch that. Again, Trimble's on time.
Yes,
sometimes you can take a little bit of the mustard off that.
Yes.
I agree. Watch this. Watch how hard Trimble throws this ball. See it come out so fast? Got to take a little bit of mustard off that,
right
but I
about
agree.
that.
Williams is good, though. Williams is a great player. He's got to make that catch, and, boy, Concordia's might survive this drive. Now it's 3rd and 11. Big money play, Jeff.
Joe, you're right. You know, that was a fireball right there. But I tell you, Williams makes that catch 9 times out of 10. And he's got a man deep. And that's a touchdown.
Wow.
What a beautiful play to Jacob Sharon. 29 yards out. Christian Trimble is on fire.
Christian Trimble's on fire. I see you, Christian Trimble. You tell him you can throw the ball. That 43% completion percentage is wrong. You show him, dog. And how about Sharon? Man, does he run behind the defense. That's a big-time play on 3rd and 11. And Trimble right now is just throwing darts out there, man. I love it. The senior, 5'11", 170, just sticks it in the numbers for Sharon. And, man, you talk about getting away from tendencies again. That's a big-time throw.
Hey, Sharon's the dude, man, out there. I'm telling you.
His dad was a great player at Wayne. I tell you what, we come out here and sometimes it's just in the DNA, man, you know.
I feel you, buddy. And look, we're going for the 2-point conversion, and it's good. Heck of a job there, threading the needle by Trimble.
Yeah, Trimble does a nice job to fit that in there. And again, Trimble's got full command of this offense. Boy, I tell you what, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Watch this one right here. See the play action? He gets the shoulders around. You see that? Boom, he's got him. Sticks it. Beautiful offensive football. Trimble does a great job of his footwork to get those shoulders flipped around. And that time, he gave Sharon a catchable ball, and Sharon just runs underneath it, man. And I tell you what, Wayne's got some dogs, man. Wayne's had some kids that haven't been able to play because of discipline issues. issues. They've had some injuries. But when Wayne can come back together at full strength, they're going to be difficult in that 4A sectional 19. So, man, I like what I see with Trimble tonight. We come out, we get the Lamari and Nelson Boots side, and it ends up becoming the Christian Trimble night so far, Jeff.
Absolutely, and it's not like they haven't tried to run the ball. But you know what? It's like Coach D always says, you throw it where they ain't, not where they are. If they're going to load the box, you throw the rock.
You're absolutely right. And like Tommy said, when you've got your backers inside spying, so focused on Nelson, you easily can lose some of these slot backs or guys out of the line of scrimmage making plays. And that's what happened that time. And Sharon is a tremendous high school football player, only a sophomore.
Koshinski back deep once again for the Cadets. Joe, how about that 41-yard touchdown that he had on the last drive for Concordia? He takes this one about midfield, and he'll be taken down about the 33. I like Koshinski. He's a real player.
Yeah, he's a good high school football player that can do so much. And I got some scores for you, Jeff. Snyder 28, Northrop nothing. So there's Snyder welcoming Coach Q to that rivalry. How about Carroll now 7-3 over Homestead? And your boys, Jeff, Bishop Dwenger 10, Bishop Lures nothing. DeKalb and Norwell right now are tied at 7. How about that score? Cherubusco 7-0 over Central Noble, and Leo 13, Huntington North 6. So some really interesting scores early on.
Maddox going to the air, has a man, that's complete to Williams, and he fumbles, rolls out at the 8-yard line.
Wow, man, are they lucky. Lamarian rips that ball away. That's a great throw by Eli Maddox.
Yes, it is.
That's the greatness of Maddox. I'm telling you what, Maddox has worked so hard to become a big-time quarterback. That's a rope. Watch this throw with Maddox in the pocket. This is why the scouts love him. See? Sets his feet. And look at him stick it right between those defenders. Wow. That's a big-time throw. I love the quarterback play.
Joe, Maddox makes it look so easy.
So
his
talented.
arm motion and the strength of those passes, he makes it look so easy. Koshinski takes a handoff around the left side and takes it to the 19-yard line.
And I heard from multiple high school coaches, including Coach Johnson, that just rave about Maddox's arm strength, and we saw it there. So good-looking drive. Good teams answer. And this is a drive where Concordia needs to answer. And right now, Wayne's back on their heels trying to figure out, because Concordia's having success running the ball, but we know how dangerous they are throwing it.
You know what? That was a big reception there earlier by Kalen William Thomas on this drive. And that's just a little bit of nerves coughing that ball up, you know.
Yeah.
But no harm there. No turnover. That was a great play.
It was. It was. And that's just trying to do a little extra, but that's okay. It didn't hurt you. Now you get a big third down money play here, Jeff. What do you call here? Third and about, 4? This is a big-time play here, Jeff.
And actually, you know, Williams was fighting for extra yards there. Nelson did a good job of knocking it out, too.
He did.
But you don't lose the ball. And you know what, Joe? In situations like that, don't waste your energy getting down on yourself. You brush yourself off and get back in the game. Koshinski gets hit but falls forward. That's going to be an easy pickup of 5 yards and a first down.
And Tommy Norris called it that time. They had him spread out. Tommy says you come right back and you run off tackle behind Big Bubba. And that's exactly what Concordia does. How about the push in the line? Watch this right here. Watch the lineman get off right here. See that hole? Boom!
Wow.
I see you, Bubba. That's how you play tackle, baby.
Wow.
Talk about getting them off. 350 coming at you, dog. Concordia's moving people out there with the offensive line.
Man.
I see you, Bubba. Casey O'Boyle's jumping up and down someplace right now. I see you out there, Bubba. Beautiful offensive line football.
Casey saying, hey, Bubba, we'll get that picture after my hip surgery. Koshinski now busting it out wide. We got 2 flags. That looks like holding, doesn't it, Joe?
Yeah, good call, Jeff Mahoney. You nailed it. As good as the offensive line's going to be, you're going to have a hold that time because you can't reach and you got to let go. Sometimes when you make that initial block and the guy turns to run, you got to let go, baby, or it's going to be a hold. And that's exactly what it is. Good call on that, Jeff. That's a big penalty. So watch the play here. He wants to take it to the wide side. right there. You see that? You got to let go. Right tackle, right there. Good call by Charles Dempsey, the referee out there. You got to let go, baby, at that right tackle. And that's the toughest thing with young offensive linemen, Jeff. They are so aggressive. They want to play so hard for you. They get on the initial block, but when that defender turns to run, you got to let go, baby.
Yeah, and the thing is, when that jersey starts separating, that's when you know it's time to let go, because you know what? You almost have to hold.
Yes.
Everybody holds. You just can't get caught.
That's exactly right. You got to let go. And, man, I like that quick hitter. I tell you, that's, again, a nice run that time again by Concordia. And, man, they got a good-looking drive. So let's see, if I'm Wayne, I got to do something with my inside backers and my defensive tackles, because right now I'm getting worked up front in my defensive tackles. I need more. I think I moved Kelsall, number 52, in there, 5'11", 230, see if he can plug it up.
And they're going to go to Kaczynski again. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Joe. Nice stop there, though. That was number 52, Kalen Kelsall.
Yeah.
That man already has a blocked punt under his belt.
Yeah, he's a baller. Blows up the play that time. Kelsall and Sharon for Wayne make the play. So now you get a big third down here. Let's see what Concordia does. Wayne's trying to tighten down against the run. Let's see. Maybe it's time for Washington this time here. Let's take a look, see what Concordia dials up here.
Yeah, let's throw a jump ball to number 11 for the Cadets. Johnny Washington, just a junior at 6'2", star basketball player as well for the Cadets. Maddox in trouble.
Oh, he wanted him. He wanted them bad. Good defense for Wayne. They play safety high and man-to-man on Washington. Take him away. And Maddox climbs the pocket but just can't find anybody. That's a win by the Wayne defense. So excellent job by the Wayne defense. Now, Concordia is going to try to get the field goal here, but that's good defense that time, and that's just taking away his threat of Washington. He wanted them badly there, Jeff.
Kalen Kelsall is having a night so far for the Generals. So the field goal attempt is up and blocked by Kelsall. Holy cow! Young man is eating.
Eating for sure. I tell you what, 5'11", 235, play after play after play. 2 blocks now. Well, we got 3 or 4 tackles on defense.
And
just getting it done. I see you, Kalen Kelsall. That's how you play. Playing with that general pride out there, baby. That's a big block right there, Jeff. That preserves the 1-score lead there. And I tell you, instead of it being 14-9, it's 14-6. Got 5:57 here. How about a long drive? But that's a great job by Kelsall. And Wayne's got some dogs out there playing tonight.
So it will be 1st and 10 for the Generals, but you know what? They're backed up. This is their worst starting position in this game. They'll start this drive here at their own 19-yard line, but you know what? No points on the board for Concordia. Concordia was 6 in the box, 3 down linemen, 3 backers. Trimble under center. Handoff goes to Nelson, bumps it out wide, and boy, you don't want that. You don't want your DBs having to come up and tackle Lamarion Nelson. That'll be a General's first down.
He's so great with the initial bounce, but he still has the discipline to get down the field. What they're doing now, they're trying to spread Concordia out. That time, Concordia has 6 in the box. Watch how quick Lamarion Nelson right there. See how he's upfield? Look at that. Boom. That little quick right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Pad level's right. The feet are right, and gets upfield for the big first down run.
Trips to the top, single wide receiver on the bottom of your screen. 1st and 10 once again for the Generals. This time Lamarion, and you know what? He's having all of his success to the outside.
Yes, he is, but Concordia is doing a nice job with the ends, kind of boxing it in. So when Wayne can wham down double on the end and give Nelson a little wiggle to the outside, that's where he's having some good plays. Now watch this. You got trips up top with Wayne. Wayne's starting to play with the trips and the wide receiver, trying to spread Concordia out. They're going to come back and run the ball here, Jeff.
And a false start by Mack. That's going to drive you nuts.
That's just, you got to understand, you can't make those mistakes. Mack's a great player. He's playing well in this game, but that's a devastating penalty because now you're second down and you're behind the sticks now. You were starting to get your big back lathered up. You're starting to run downhill. Now it kind of takes you out of what you want to do. Do you come back and run the ball again here, or what do you do here? But that's a big penalty.
It is a big penalty. That'll be second down and about 13 here for Wayne. Trimble under center. They'll hand it off to their back, Nelson. He'll spin forward to about the 35-yard line, gain of 7. And that's the brilliance of Lamarion Nelson. And the thing about Nelson is he gets stronger as the game goes on, Joe. It gets easier for him as the game goes on because he's the hardest worker on that team, and he leads by example. He's a soft-spoken young man, so he just outworks everybody, and that's why everybody follows him.
Yeah, he's a great kid. Graham, Nelson, Tay. I mean, get out and buy a ticket and watch some of these kids play high school football because these are special, special players.
Third down and 6. And the play action rolling to his left. Trimble has to throw across his body. Has a man, and it's complete. Holy cow, Deontay Williams. And I think he's in. No, drug down at the 1-yard line. Holy cow, what a big gainer.
I see you, Christian Trimble, again. The boot action, Tommy, gets the shoulders around, and the Concordia backers and secondary lose Williams again. Unbelievable. That's been the story of the whole first half. Jeff, watch this in the AP traction replay. See the play action right there? They're crashing down. He spots him there, turns his shoulders. Look at that ball. Beautiful pass on the run. I see you, Christian Trimble. Tremendous hustle by Concordia to get him down at the 1. But if I'm Wayne, I could just probably sneak this one in, Jeff.
Jumbo to the right. Lamarion nowhere to go as he'll be stuffed by that KDAT defense. We're approaching 3 minutes left to play till the break.
That's a great job up front.
Oh, the fumble!
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. Wow. Wow, that's huge. Wow, unbelievable. We got to take a look at that. I thought it was Harris kind of gummed it up and blew the play up, but
I saw Coach Manigal and staff going nuts there. How about Grant Hayworth getting a hand in there and stripping it out?
Wow, that's unbelievable. What a save there. How big was the hustle play to make the tackle on the 1 to prevent the touchdown? And again, Hayworth makes another big play. I'm telling you what, that's fresh tape for Grant Hayworth. We got to cut this tape up tonight and get it out. He's a nice-looking prospect.
Yeah, and they're going to keep the senior in the backfield there, Landon Kaczynski.
Quick update, Carroll 14, Homestead 10. So good matchup out there. Dwanger 10-7 now. That game's tightening up with the Bishops. Northside 14, Southside nothing. Snyder 34, Northrop nothing. Wow, man. We talked about it around the fort. You guys, I told you what, I just felt like Snyder was going to play woodshed with that. Look at Tommy Norris smiling with those river rats. Look at that, man. He's just all smiles. We're gonna trade those boots with Coach Johnson for your Indian heads this week, baby. We're gonna find those 1970 Indian heads that are somewhere in that school over there.
The handoff goes to Kaczynski.
Oh, wow.
Kelsall hits him in the backfield. Wow. Kaczynski, it's all he could do just to get positive yardage. Number 52 cannot be stopped tonight, Joe.
I tell you what, send this game tape out if you're Kelsall. 5'11", 230 again. Watch the penetration. Look at that. Boom. He's back there. He almost had a safety. And right now, if you're Concordia, you're probably going to have to just suck it up and double Kelsall because he's blowing everything up. But he's a kid that Trine, Manchester, some of these great schools around here should be all over.
No doubt about it. Stands 5'11", but Joe, that can be a real difference maker for you at the defensive tackle position if you're a D3 or a D1 or at NAIA school. Look at Ison Robinson. He goes 6 foot, and he's balling out at Western Missouri State University. Last I checked, they were undefeated.
Yeah,
They're a D2 powerhouse.
Absolutely, playing some great ball down there. And there has to be a program somewhere for Kelsall because Kelsall's so quick at the point of attack. So
yeah, he's so fast.
Oh, he's so difficult to block. Now you got a big 3rd and short here. Concordia desperately needs this first down.
Here on 3rd and 1.
Got to watch that ball. Wayne jumps off, Jeff. And, man, that's tough when that ball's right in front of you. So a nice job by Maddox to change that snap count and recognize this. I tell you what, if I'm Sherwood, I feel like we should be ahead 3 or 4 touchdowns going into half. But
yeah.
we're not, I tell you what. And if Concordia, now you got the first down. Now you got 2 minutes left. I get a little more aggressive here and see if I can get this ball down the field.
Maddox, 2 minutes left to go here until the break. Looking for a man, and that is nearly picked off. That's a good defensive play by the wide receiver out there. Do you see him get a hand on that?
Yeah, he did, because that could have been an interception. Eli just got to put a little more air under that. He's trying to stick that in that seam with that cover 2. Watch Wayne. See, Wayne's playing a cover 2. Eli likes him. He's trying to get that ball out there. You see the safety come over? Wow, he had it, and you're right. Looked like maybe the Concordia receiver kind of poked it away.
Yeah.
But, man, you got to be careful with that cover 2. If you're going to throw that deep fade route, you got to throw it early.
Yeah, Williams never giving up on that play, and that was key. Kaczynski, all kinds of room to run as he bowls over the defender to the 36-yard line.
That's a great run again by Kaczynski, and what's happening right now is Wayne's playing man-to-man, but they're playing 2 safeties deep. So they don't have enough guys in the box. You got to change the defense. See, Wayne, they don't have enough guys at the point of attack. Look at the kick out. Nice block. That's, man, I tell you what, that's the center that time. That's Rusher making that block.
James Rusher right there.
James Rusher's balling out there. But Wayne is being careful with the time playing these 2 deep safeties. You got to move one of those safeties up for run support. Then maybe you can put the other safety to Washington's side. You got to adjust your D. You only have 5 guys in the box right now.
142, and they give it to Kaczynski once again. Makes the first guy miss, will fall forward to the 45. Joe, you know what the best thing about having James Rusher on your team is? He's a coach on the field.
Oh, man, he's such a leader. You know, plays offense, defense, dominating right now at center. But Wayne has got to get more guys in the box.
Maddox this time going deep for Washington, and it's picked off. You can't throw it short into double coverage. That's Deontay Williams.
Great play by Deontay Williams. He high points that ball. You didn't need to make that throw. You want to get the ball to Washington so bad, but right now they only got 5 guys in the box. You're gashing them with the run game. You can't throw that ball late into the cover 2. See, watch it here. He wants them, but see, it's late. See the cover 2 safety? Can't make that throw, man. You got to either check that ball down or you got to get into a different play. So that's another turnover for Concordia, and that's a big break for Wayne. I tell you what, it is really shocking if this is only a 1-score game right now, Jeff. I mean, it just seems like Wayne is totally dominated, but Concordia's still in the game.
And for Maddox, you know, his feet are set. He throws that ball 10 yards downfield. A Johnny's going to catch up to it. Probably be an easy catch. Trimble, nowhere to go. Look at that pressure. Trimble's got the athleticism to get out of it, but great job. Who is that number 7 for Concordia? Tyler Mower has been great all game long.
Yeah, Mower disciplined that time. They box him in. When Trimble finally gets outside the pocket, Mower runs downhill and makes that play. That's great defense, and that's a good job. They wanted that play action again, but that time Concordia handled it on the back end, so good defense. Now Concordia needs to get a stop and get out of this half. Just down a touchdown. And Wayne, I would continue to attack. Maybe you have a screen play to Nelson or something here, a running back screen, but I would try to attack down the field.
And once again, that bootleg, nowhere to go. And it is a screen. Looks like it's the number 5, though, Darian Alexander.
Yeah, that was to Alexander. and that just took a long time to develop. That was dangerous. It was a screen, but Concordia is all over it. You got a penalty marker down. Let's see. We're going to see what the call is. It could be maybe an illegal man downfield. We'll see what. I think it's going to be on Wayne, so we'll see. That's exactly what it is, illegal man downfield. And when you hold the screen, watch the screen this long, Jeff, you see he's faking, he's looking, he's faking. Well, you're going to have a man downfield on that because he's the lineman all the way down the field here, and you're going to get that penalty. So now if I'm Wayne right now, I tell you, I might just run the ball here, man, and get out of this half, man. I'm a little disappointed to only be up 14-6, but I'm dominating this game. But I don't want to make a mistake here.
And I get the ball to start the second half.
Exactly. So I get out of here, get in the locker room, make my adjustments, and my message to my kids are, look, we just got to finish a few plays, and we've got this game.
Yeah, I had a PAT block, but I converted a 2-point conversion. In motion, Mack, they'll give it off to Nelson. Wow, Hayworth catches him right away.
Boy, Hayworth is a baller. I'll tell you what, I am so impressed. He jumped on tape, Jeff, and I was curious to see him tonight. He's all that, man, 6'5", 220.
He's all that.
Woo, that's a kid I'm on, man, if I'm college that next level, because watch him on the Traction AP replay. Watch him shed the block and make the play this time, man. Look at that, man. Wow, that's a sheepdog in there, Jeff Mahoney, 6'5", 220.
And that's against Nelson.
Yes.
Holy cow. So that's going to do it for the first half, folks, with Wayne leading at 14-6. Of course, the Generals also will have the ball to start the second half. Today's broadcast also brought to you by Jolly Law Firm. Are you ready to do what it takes to put your past behind you? Whether it's expunging your criminal record or helping to get your driver's license reinstated, Jolly Law Firm is the answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration, providing top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfecting services throughout Northeast Indiana at Sioka Cleaning and Restoration. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online at sf.edu. Joe, what a great first half, and we're going to have more after this quick break. You're watching Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports. Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Jim Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here. Here.
Here.
I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here.
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us if we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is a game that's been on my calendar all year.
We gonna need you. Staying disciplined.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here. Here.
Here.
I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here.
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us, and we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is the game that's been on my calendar all year.
We gonna need to stand disciplined.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as the kickoff's taken by the up man for the Generals, taken down at the 43-yard line. Joe, what a first half we had there. Honestly, like you said, if you're Wayne, you're kind of wishing you were up 28 to 6 in this one. And wow, Landon Kaczynski, 12 carries, over 100 yards rushing with that big 41-yard touchdown. He's been amazing.
Yeah, Landon's been great run between the tackles. Both teams have gone away from their strengths and what they really typically do, but Christian Trimble was awesome in the first half with the passing attack, throwing 2 touchdowns. So that's been the difference. Now let's see what Wayne can get going here with that offense in the second half. But talk about going away from tendencies in the first half.
Lamarion Nelson going out wide. That's where he had the majority of his success in the first half, and we got a flag on the play.
That's going to be a hold on the right tackle, and that's a shame for Wayne because Wayne's got in trouble, Jeff, when they get behind those sticks.
Looking at Nelson in the first half, 12 carries, 42 yards, averaging 3.5 yards per carry. So that is not easy to do, Joe Walburn, against Wayne, is to hold Nelson to 3.5 or under per carry. Once again, hey, Joe, what would you say Lamarion Nelson's averaging per rush attempt entering today?
Oh, it was huge numbers for Nelson coming in. He's averaging 7 yards per carry, Jeff.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's crazy numbers for Lamarion Nelson.
So Concordia's done a great job with their backer spying and taking him away, and it's forced Wayne to throw it.
His lowest output on the season, Joe, he averaged 3.6 against Bishop Lures and 3.7 against Northside. Once again, Lamarion Nelson.
Yeah, and Concordia's done a good job, but Wayne's also had some devastating penalties, holding calls on early downs that's really put them behind the sticks. But I agree. I think the big story in the first half, though, has been the play of Trimble and these wide receivers, Williams and Tolles, Jeff, a couple of kids that you really like with their length and their size, getting involved early on. And they may have to do that again, Jeff, because it's second and long.
Check out these numbers. 11 of 13 for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns for Christian Trimble. Can you say Summit City Sports top 10 players of the week, Joe Walburn?
Absolutely.
Trimble finds Mack. Mack retreats back, and Joe, coaches don't like that too much when you take a negative 3 yards there after the reception.
Yeah, what Mack has to do is turn that shoulder to the outside, Jeff, and get upfield. But again, Trimble's on time. Check it out in the Traction AP replay. Watch how fast this ball comes out from Trimble. Beautiful. It's out. Now Mack, instead of going back inside, he has to turn that shoulder outside and work his way up the sideline. There's more yards out there, but good-looking play for Wayne. Now a huge third down on this first possession for both teams.
3rd and 10 for the Generals. They have 2 tight ends on that double tight. Trimble on the play action, rolling out to his right, running out of real estate. And once again, that one right through the hands of Deontay Williams. You know, Trimble's got a cannon for an arm, and you can tell it's hard for some of these wide receivers to handle.
Yeah, Trimble can really put the muster on it. Williams has got to make that catch. The rule with wide receivers, if it hits you in the hands, you got to make that catch. So good job, though, again by Concordia, Jeff, kind of handling Trimble, pushing him towards the sideline, and they get the stop there. So that's big for the Concordia defense. Now you got to get a chance now to get your offense going.
And for Wayne, this is their first punt of the game, and another flag for the Generals.
Boy, that's what just kills you. And that time I think they had maybe one too many. Yeah, they had one too many. And man, those are the mistakes that just drive you nuts.
Yeah.
You have to know who is on the punt team, Tommy Norris. And
I'm sorry, Joe. This is the second punt for Mack. His first one went 42 yards, and he averages 32 yards per punt entering today's game.
Absolutely. So let's see who's going to win the special teams here. Wayne really hurts himself with the penalties on that possession.
Rush coming off the edge as Mack gets it off. Kaczynski through the hands, and that'll.
Oh my gosh!
You cannot watch that ball right there. You got to fall on it or push it out or something.
I thought Concordia was going to try to pick it up. You got to fall on that ball, and Kaczynski's got to make the catch on that. If you're going to come up and do that, you got to make that catch. Again, disaster for Concordia.
Yeah.
Averted. Luckily for Coach Manigal, that's averted, but they didn't even cover the ball after he fumbled it away, Jeff. Unbelievable. I tell you what, Wayne just continues to allow Concordia to hang around, and Concordia makes mistake after mistake, but luckily they're going to be able to overcome that. Wow, that could have been disaster again.
So it's 1st and 10 from their own 29-yard line. The handoff goes to Kaczynski. What a huge hole. How about this Concordia offensive line after the 10-yard gain by Kaczynski?
That left side with Bubba Craig, Chandler Harris, and James Rusher, they're running right behind that. And again, you can't play 2 safeties deep and leave 5 guys in the box. You can't do it. You see the matchup? Concordia splits their wide receivers out. Look, Jeff Mahoney, 2 safeties deep, man-to-man on the wide receivers. There's only 5 guys in the box to play defense.
Man in motion once again to Kaczynski. Good block on the outside edge. Was that Williams, the receiver?
Absolutely. Good blocking out there by the wide receivers. If I'm Concordia, I don't throw one pass right now. All I got to do is block 5 guys. I'm dominant on the left side of my line with Bubba Craig, Chandler Harris, and James Rusher. I'm just getting after it, man.
Well, Concordia has come out to play here. Coach Manigal, he really can't figure it out. Why does my team always start off a little bit slow? Well, he does have a sophomore-laden team. This is probably one of the youngest teams he's ever had at Concordia. You know, it kind of reminds you of Brandon Davis and Amir Drew when they were sophomores.
Absolutely. And I want to send a shout out to Sue Lauer. I got to meet her son Jason today. We did a little financial work. I see you, Sue. You raised a great son, and Jason comes by the office today, talked a little bit about entity classification, baby. You got to love that on Friday afternoon before a high school football. But, man, it's great to be able to sit with Jason a little bit. Sue likes to watch Summit City Sports, and they kind of get a laugh sometimes at the old cowboy quarterback.
Yeah.
But thanks for tuning in, Sue, and all the support.
Yeah, I like entities too. Be 1st and 10. Maddox once again to Kaczynski.
Beautiful Bubba. Bubba's really doing a nice job at left tackle for Concordia. Concordia doesn't have to throw it, Jeff. Right now, if you're Wayne, you got to get out of this too deep safety. You've only got 5 guys at the point of attack, and right now Bubba and James Rusher are dominating. Watch Bubba on the block this time. Kick out the defensive end. Right there, you see? Just moves them out, man. Nice job. And if I'm Concordia, I run the ball every single time.
And that's the easiest play in the world for Bubba, because if that DN goes in, you just ride him down.
Yes. Now that's a better fill that time. Looked like maybe that was Sharon getting up there, running to make that tackle. Boy, I like Jake Sharon, man. Jacob Sharon. He's a nice-looking player, Jeff, but that was a little bit better. Now you're 3rd and 3. If I'm Concordia, I come to the line of scrimmage. If I see 2 safeties, these safeties aren't even involved in the game. You're basically playing 9 on 11 right now. I come back, I run the ball again. Look at that, Jeff. 5 guys in the box.
Joe, you got 2 wide receivers out. You got to bring one of those safeties in the box.
Yeah, look at the safeties. They're not even in the game. They are 20 yards off the ball.
And you got man coverage, and once again, I mean, it's easy. It's an easy decision for Coach Tim Manigal and the Concordia Cadets.
Now, if I'm up here, if I wasn't broadcasting, I'd go grab the bat phone and call down to Sherwood. Hey, baby, you better get out of this, man. And Concordia doesn't have to worry about making a mistake. Just continue to power away.
And look who they bring in the game, number 71, Cameron Gallimore, the junior at 6'8", 280. Woo! He's going to go up against Bubba. Well, actually, he's going to be at that right defensive tackle position.
They need some reinforcements.
Single safety now, Joe.
Yes.
As now Maddox is going to go to the air. Good job navigating the pocket there. Just
so much better on defense. That time,
that was Trayon Davis, and he was awesome there.
Yeah, he was awesome. And Kelsall gets upfield. Ragsdale's involved. Okay, stay in the one safety. This is so much better now. You can't play 2 safeties. You can't play 2 guys 20 yards off the ball. It's a good adjustment now for Wayne. Now you're going to have at least 6 in the box, and you hope your speed gets involved. So I think maybe they heard us, Jeff. Now let's see what Concordia does. It's going to be tougher to run the ball now because now you got 2 backers in there and 4 down linemen, Jeff.
And it's 2nd down and 10. You got to get positive yardage here. Kaczynski, look at that. The man falls forward. That's a 7-yard gain. That's an 8-yard gain, 6-yard gain. Joe, one of these days I'll figure. You know I'm not good with numbers. That's why I got you up here.
That's right, baby. That's a 7-yard gain. Going to be a money down here on 3rd down and maybe about 3 or 4. And let's see what they do. Now Wayne's got to get up there and stop the run. It's kind of a cat and mouse game because Wayne really doesn't want to single up with Washington, the wide receiver on the outside. But you got to get some more pieces to stop the run. So let's see what they do. 4 down linemen, 2 backers, a 4-2 here for Wayne.
3rd down and 4. My scoreboard is not updating here,
Beautiful.
So we'll have to get that fixed.
Nice. That's Sharon. That's those backers. That's the great adjustment. You see that? No ability that time to run, Jeff. Nothing there because you're in a 4-2 and you stop the run. So here we go. Now you got 4th down and about 1.5 yards, Jeff. Watch the backer. See the 4-2? Watch the outside backer. Bad steps at first, but he comes back and scrapes. Sharon does and makes that tackle. So bad first couple of steps, but the quickness recovers. Now if I'm Wayne, I roll into a 5-2 here. It's 4th and about 1, baby.
And as that backer there, you can see where they're wanting to run.
Yes.
Did you see what he did? He attacked that hole because he wants to plug that up. Either he's going to make a tackle or it's going to spill over and one of his guys will make the tackle. But look at the 1st down. How about Maddox there? Beautiful pass.
That's when he's at his best. When Maddox plants that back leg and that ball comes out fast, That's all day long. Wayne can't defend that because Wayne has to respect the run. Now you got something going if you're Concordia. You've demonstrated you can run the ball. Now you can come back to some of those matchups. Watch how fast the ball's out. It's out now. Look at the cushion. That's too big of a cushion on 4th and 3 if I'm the Wayne defensive back out there. But that's execution by Snyder, baby. Concordia, baby.
And you know what? Wayne is all over number 11, so they're going to Williams-Thomas, and the sophomore is answering. Look at Williams-Thomas over there with the sideline catch.
That's beautiful feet on the sideline. And see, now you get a little taste of the greatness of Maddox. Maddox slide steps in the pocket, and he can throw it hard, but he also can show you that touch pass. Watch this right here. He's in a little bit of trouble in the pocket. See the trouble coming from the backside? He just steps up and just sticks it there. That's good quarterback play. So this is a good-looking drive for Concordia, Jeff.
Joe, we used to play the sideline game over at the Glen Aqua Pool, and some of those parents didn't like it when you would miss the ball, and then it would go over there by them trying to get some sun just a little bit behind the big tight end.
Yeah, that one he's got to put out front of the tight end. You got a big 6'5" kid out there trying to make that play out there, and that's right out there. Maddox right. Got to get that ball out front. Hate to miss on that because that could have been a touchdown. Now here we go, Jeff. This is late in the third quarter. This is a big, huge money down here for both teams.
Joe, you didn't play the sideline game?
A little bit of sideline game.
Jeez Louise, 3rd and 2 here for the Cadets. Great first drive of the second half here for Concordia. And that looks like an encroachment call against the defense. Is that the big dog? Is that Gallimore down there?
Looked like it was possibly, and quickly we got some scores to pass along. Columbia City 35, East Noble 7 at the half, Jeff. So
I called that one, buddy.
You called that one, buddy. CC's getting after it. 28-10 now. Carroll over Homestead at the half. Last report we had Dwenger 10, Lures 9. Snyder was 34-0 over Northrop. And last report it was, looks like Norwell now 17-7 over DeKalb.
Yeah, and I think I got that one. I think Casey said they were going to win by 75. Maddox, good job staying ahead of the line of scrimmage there, and he finds the big tight end. Maddox right.
Beautiful Eli, the beautiful slide step and working in that pocket, Jeff Mahoney. Set his feet, climbed the pocket, and that's a great job by that big tight end.
Maddox right. He's diesel.
Yes, he is. Great call, Jeff. 6'5", about 220. Gives him the numbers and makes himself available. And that's the greatness of Eli Maddox when he plays within himself and sticks it there. I love it when Maddox can work with that big tight end. That was a good drive for Concordia.
Holy cow, they got fireworks and everything over here. It's like in Columbia City last week. Maddox looking for the 2-point conversion. Kaczynski, nobody on him. That's a broken play right there. Holy cow. Coach Haydock is not happy at all.
Not at all. The outside backer has to take the back, but Maddox does a nice job of keeping his eyes down the field like he's looking for Washington, and he hits the back out of the backfield. That was a great drive for Eli Maddox. Watch his eyes. See his eyes, Jeff? Then he checks down. Outside backers caught up in the wash with those crossing routes.
Yeah.
Outside backer has to get out there for Wayne. That's a bust by the Wayne defense, but that's Eli Maddox in full control. And would you believe this? After what we saw in the first half, it's now 14-all, baby.
That's Jaden Bush. Number 41 right there. They've been in man coverage because they've been getting gashed so much out of that spread formation. So they got to get that figured out. That's a missed assignment right there, and that's tough. Coach Haydock's not going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, and what hurts them on that is they've only had 6 sacks this season. Wayne just needs to get some more pressure on the quarterback, but the Concordia game plan has been solid. All the mistakes, all the miscues, and here we go. Like Coach Manacle said, they're a second-half team, and here comes Concordia sucking it up, trying to find a way.
And they'll kind of squib it there. That's picked up off the turf by number 12, Austin Finney. Finney, you got to get north and south, kid.
Yeah, you got to get upfield, baby. Number one rule when you're the up back and you get that ball and those kickoffs up the field as quickly as you can, so he gives back a lot of yardage. And now you can feel old Uncle Mo ran on the home sideline now, so Wayne's got to get this going on this possession. This is danger time for Wayne. You say, well, geez, Joe, it's 14-all. No, you can feel it right now. This is danger time for Wayne. This is a big possession for Wayne.
So the Generals here, and I'll tell you, it's almost like Coach Manigault foresaw his team coming out slow, getting down early, but still, for Wayne's first 3 drives to start in the Concordia zone and only give up 6 points, that's pretty dang good. Good job there by the General holding up there. That's Mac, not getting the clipping.
I hate that play. Watch how long this pitch gets out there. They're lucky. This is a dangerous play. Again, though, Hayworth for Concordia holds the edge and blows that play up. Watch this. Watch how long the pitch is on this, Jeff. Woo! That's a long one, baby. Look at the penetration. I see you running out there. I got my dogs. If I'm Coach Manigault, I got my backers and my dogs are running sideline to sideline, baby.
If I'm the Generals, I can't wait to see Christian Trimble put it up in the air again. Nelson, great job keeping his balance. But that Concordia pursuit, these boys are looking like the defense from 2 years ago.
They are. They've sucked it up. They're all over Nelson. They're led by that big dog rusher out there that's just running from that middle linebacker position. Danger time for Wayne. They got to put it up in the air now with Trimble. And this is where it's difficult as a quarterback. Now you want me to pass it on 3rd and 13 when we're backed all the way up. You got to be careful here with the football. Wayne's in trouble right now. This is going to be a big play, and Concordia's starting to smell a little bit of blood.
Joe said 3rd and 12, and it's complete. Making the first man miss was number 3, Keyshawn Tolles. And Keyshawn played for Zach Welkland over there at the Wood.
Yeah, and I want to send shouts out to Zach Welkland. Great football man out there, and that's a huge play. It's going to be that's a first down, and the Concordia defensive back has to come up and make that tackle. If they come up and make that tackle, Wayne has to punt. But I'm telling you, Tolles makes a big play. Tolles and Williams have been involved. They each go about 6'4", 6'5", and again, Trimble's on time and delivers a nice ball. That was a big conversion.
Trips on the top of your screen. Nelson weaving his way through traffic.
That's a great run. That's when Nelson can get skinny and shoot through that hole and give you a big run. Now that's about 7-8 yards on that, Jeff. Now you're going to be second down and about 3. This is where Antoine Taylor preaches. This is where you can take a shot here. I think you could probably run play action. You got great, big, long receivers in Williams and Tolles. I think I'd take a shot here.
I think you're right here on 2nd and short. With Trips on the bottom of your screen, is that Jacob Sharon at the top. That's the man to go to, but they're going to go to Lamarion Nelson. And that's a nice gain of 8 yards for the senior RB.
And that's a pretty good block out there that time by Cody Hatfield, number 72 for Wayne. That's kind of that stretch run where they want to get that ball to Nelson quick on the stretch handoff and make that corner, and they do. Now Nelson's starting to get stronger. That's why I love his game so much. He runs harder and better as he gets more carries. But now Wayne, good team's answer. Good-looking drive here, Jeff, for Wayne.
No doubt about it on 1st and 10, starting at the Concordia 48. And I am just so impressed with these wide receivers. Now, that's Deontay Williams, and he's had a few drops, but these guys are looking really nice.
Really good. This is the best Wayne has looked all season throwing the ball. I've seen all their tapes, and Trimble is totally dialed in tonight. So this gives you lots of options. If you're Sherwood, you can attack in a lot of different ways because that short passing attack is there for Wayne, and it's all about how fast the quarterback, Trimble, can get that ball out of his hands.
Joe, which was your favorite game of Wayne so far this year to watch? This one? Yeah, I hear you.
Nelson. I almost answered Southside, and I thought Tommy was going to grab me. I can't answer. Don't, Tommy, you stop that. I can't answer Southside. I really enjoyed watching what Wayne did against Northrop, Jeff. When I watched that game, they were able to kind of stretch Northrop out. Nelson was able to run, but they had some success throwing the football. I couldn't say my Archers right there. Tommy was back there laughing, but here we go. Big second down.
Dancing, falling forward. Nice short gain, maybe 2 yards.
Yeah,
it's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, that's pretty good defense for the backers to fill up. Now, in comes Big Bubba. They're going to slide into maybe a 4-man front here. You got 3rd and 4. Again, maybe you can go back and throw one of those quick passes to the outside. They want to beef it up here on the inside, and let's see what they do here now. Trimble's talking to his wide receivers. You got man-to-man up top, Jeff. Check it out. Tight coverage up top, man-to-man.
Pressed by the corner, inside release. They're going to get it out to Cam Tolles. And once again, may have wanted to go outside on that one right there. Easy to say from up here, Joe.
Yeah, that's good defense. I don't really care for that play. Look more of a screen play to the wide receiver. Concordia, nice job running to the ball. Now here you go, baby. Then we might get to the end of the quarter before they snap this. This is a monster 4th down play in this game. This is a huge play for both teams. So we're going to probably get to the end of the quarter, Jeff, but Wayne's going to get a chance to think about this and what they're going to dial up, because this is going to be a monster 4th down play in this game.
Trimble under center, and they snap it one-on-one. Has his man, and
wow.
What a catch.
I can't believe it. That was gutsy. I thought they were going to wait for the quarter, Tommy, and they run the slant, Jeff. And again, Trimble. I see you, Christian Trimble. That's a great pass out there. Wow.
Deontay Williams.
What a play call.
You're watching Indiana High School on Summit City Sports.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back, everybody, as we start the 4th quarter. Joe.
I need a hero.
Yeah, Joe.
You know what? Right now, if you're Wayne, Christian Trimble is, I need a hero.
Christian Trimble has been our hero. If you're the Generals, this is a 4th down conversion.
See where the ball's at? Ball placement out in front of the wide receiver on the slant. Another big conversion, and Christian Trimble's just getting it done tonight, baby. I see you out there, Christian.
Yeah, Christian Trimble's definitely getting it done as the pitch goes to Nelson trying to cut it up. You know, Concordia is going to make you beat them through the air, and yes. Christian Trimble has responded. Joe, 16 of 19 for 206 yards, an 84% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns.
Getting it done, responding. Wayne has to go away from tendencies because Concordia, I agree with Concordia. I've got to stop the run game with Nelson, and right now Trimble is responding. Let's see how he finishes this drive here, Jeff.
Here on 2nd and 8, fakes the handoff, lots of pressure, floats that ball up, and it's caught by Williams.
That's a great catch. Not going to get much yardage, but you see the Concordia adjustment? They're done. They're done messing around with these play-action boot rolls. Concordia's going to tighten the defensive ends. Watch the defensive ends on this. Trimble wants to get outside and buy time. See the stand-up defensive ends? Watch them come right there. See? Boom. Box them in. Beautiful defense. Forces Trimble to make a long pass just for a yard or 2. So there's your Concordia adjustment. Now, if I'm Wayne, this 4-down territory, Tommy Norris, I'd run Nelson right here.
Joe. How hard was that pass to make?
No, I was just off the back leg. Absolutely difficult pass, but he makes it.
So 3rd and 6. Mack got the first down, looking for more.
Watch the block out there. I think it's Sharon, number 10, Jeff Mahoney, that makes the block. Again, Trimble gets the ball out fast to Mack. Mack's got some great wiggle for a sophomore, but when you check that in the Traction AP replay, I think that's Sharon out there throwing the block. Watch it right here. The ball's out quick. See that block right there, Jeff? Boom! I see you, Jacob Sharon. That's a great job. You see the block, Jeff? He gets the block on the outside backer. Mack gets the wiggle. That's a huge play for Wayne. Boy, Jake Smith always says it. You want your wide receivers to stalk block.
And Jake, it's okay. His buddies call him Jake or Joe. Joe and Jake. Look at the lob to Williams. One-hand grab. Super sick. Holy cow. Danny Williams.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Man, you talk about having some balls to snatch that one. Woo! That was a beautiful pass.
That's a snow cone grab, baby.
Wow, man. You
snow coned it.
Wow, man. That might be your Summit City Play of the Week right there.
Yeah, that's the Summit City Sports Player of the Week right there,
That's
Joe, for sure.
Sick, man. That was just sick the way he grabbed that.
That's a snow cone grab, you know what I'm saying? Got the top.
Woo, man. That was sick, man. I tell you what, Wayne's got some dogs on the outside at wide receiver, Jeff.
Woo,
wow, man. I tell you what, Deontay Williams. Man, how about some tape tonight, big dog? 6'4", 180. Woo! Fresh tape. Where's Jake Smith with that recruiting analysis? Watch this ball. Now he's just throwing to a spot. See, it's up, it's gone. Watch Williams. Look at that. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is high school football. Watch this. Are you kidding me? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man, oh man. We got some dogs in the 260, baby. I got to get my big chain, man. I got to get my 260 chain. I'd be up here flexing in my big chain after watching that play.
I thought we were all getting chains.
I think we all got to get chains.
And Tommy Norris.
Pat's got to get a chain. We got to get a chain on the camera. I tell you what, after that, I'm up here flexing, man. And the crowd's kind of stunned because that was such a stupid, sick, athletic play out there by Williams.
That
Unbelievable.
play was awesome. Woo! You're watching Indiana High School football here on Summit City Sports. Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260s dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. 2-point conversion on the reverse. Sharon looking for the edge. And he comes it back and gets it.
Oh, what an effort from Sharon. Wow, they had it. What a great play by Sharon. That's the fight. That's the hunger. That's the ability to want to win. Get that third win for Wayne. What an effort. Wow.
Holy cow.
Woo! Man, I tell you what, boy.
These guys
unbelievable, man. Wayne's hungry for a win. That was a tremendous effort by Sharon. He's boxed in, and it's just not going to be tonight. Watch this. It's a long run, baby. Keep coming, baby. Get off me. You're not going to deny me. I'm going to get in the end zone. Beautiful, man. Woo! Wow. Man, oh, man. I see the Wayne Generals are sucking it up. The Fighting Nelsons are here tonight, Jeff. I tell you what. Woo! Man.
Well, I'll tell you what. In a day where Coach Manigal and Concordia says, no, you're going to have to beat us through the air, these guys have answered in spades.
And think about it. No Nehemiah Young. Wait till they get Nehemiah Young back next week.
That's right.
Get a few more pieces back. And if they can throw the ball like this, man, look out Sectional 19 4A football, because they're going to get those big county schools. We know Wayne can run it. If they can throw it like this, man, look out. Quick, we got some scores. Carroll 35, Homestead 10. Boy, they got a battle over at the Bishops, Jeff. Dwanger 10, Lures 9.
Yeah, I took Lures in the points. You remember that.
Yeah, you're going to catch up some ground tonight. Northside 28, Southside nothing.
What was that? I couldn't hear you. Too fast on that one, Joe.
Northside an awful lot of points. Southside few.
Well, I know, but how many? Because remember, there was that's going to be Kaczynski.
Got to get them down.
The middle.
28-0 North over South in the total poll game.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. 28-0.
No worries, Casey. Oh boy, we don't have to go into our pockets. We were planning parades and we were planning, confetti down Calhoun, Tommy. We were going to have all kinds of stuff. Green Cadillacs, man. We were going to have, everybody was getting a big pair of green boots if South got it done tonight. So don't worry, Casey. You can put your wallet away. North's up 28-0. Now let's see what Concordia does here. That was just took the air out of the stadium, that last touchdown. Nice. Eli Maddox is on time. Ball comes out. Boy, when Eli can get that ball out like that, how good is he, Jeff? And this is a kid who has just worked at it and willed himself into being a great quarterback, comes from a great professional family, and just continues to get better as a quarterback. Now, if you're Wayne, you got to suck it up here, man, because Concordia is starting to crank up their offense.
And Williams Thomas is the leading receiver here for Concordia. How about this? Johnny Washington yet to record a reception. Look at the comeback by Kaczynski.
Get off me. That's what I'm talking about. Woo, man. How about that cut, man? Wow, man. And just, physical up front. Wayne cannot cheat those safeties too deep. You got to get another dog at the point of attack. Watch this cut, man. This is beautiful, Tommy. Watch it right. See that right there? See the cut? Boom. Get off me. Pad level. Oh, get off me. I'm running you over. Boom. Get out the way, baby.
Maddox here on 1st and 10. Rolling out right. Has all kinds of time coming back. That's a Johnny Washington.
Yes,
with his first reception of the game.
Nice job by Washington to work his way back. Maddox does a nice job slide stepping in the pocket, gets outside of it a little bit, but plants his feet and throws a dagger on the backside to Washington. It's a pretty good offense. See, Max, he's sitting, kind of drifting. Now stick those feet. Stick that ball. Beautiful. Look at Washington come back. Good-looking drive for Concordia. If I'm Wayne right now, Jeff, I'd burn a timeout, man, and I would really rethink my defense and try to figure out what we're doing right now.
Got to get pressure. The four-man front's not getting the pressure.
No.
And they're going to bring a blitzing backer. Look, Kaczynski reads the field so well.
Boy, they got some good sophomores out here.
Yeah, they really
do.
do.
Coach Manigault talked about it. And I tell you what, you guys did a nice job with him around the fort. I tell you what, you and Casey are doing a nice job. They kind of show up, and these coaches are a little bit fearful of me, but you and Casey do a nice job of making these coaches kind of open up, and we've really got some really nice nuggets the last couple of weeks from Coach Manigault and Coach Garrett. But, man, right now, Wayne is playing these safeties way, way too deep, and they're just not involved. You see, Jeff, look how deep this safety is out here.
And Kaczynski, once again, when he gets to that second level, there's a lot of room to run. And he can break the tackles all the way to the 15-yard line. Look at the young man rumble.
Yeah, he's announcing himself tonight on Summit City. He was smiling when we came up here with all of our equipment to the box. He was ready to go tonight. Yeah. That's a big-time run, Jeff, and just working, getting harder, running harder, getting that pad level down, and having a nice game out here. And, boy, how about both these teams getting away from tendencies and playing the run and pass game?
Kaczynski was like, I'm going to get it. I see you tonight. Maddox on the out pattern.
Nice.
Look at Washington. That's a beautiful snag out of the air.
Washington is fantastic, and he may not want to hear this because I know he's a tremendous basketball player. This might be your sport, dog, because when you can tight walk the sideline like that and make that catch, but again, Eli sticks it. Eli has the ball on time. This is where when Eli can get in these zones and play with that ball coming out so fast, that quarterback position, he's so dangerous. If I'm Wayne, I've got to bring that safety up, and I've got to get him involved in this game.
Maddox now in the end zone. And we got a little PI there. Looks like some holding.
That wasn't catchable. I'm arguing if I'm Sherwood down there. That wasn't catchable. That ball was thrown so far, and that's a big break for Concordia there.
Well, show us what you're talking about here,
Watch
Joe.
this. Watch how far the ball comes out. I don't know. Let's take a look. Now, see, he's fighting him. He's battling him. But look where the ball's at. That ball almost hits the referee.
Yeah, well, can he make that grab if he's not being held?
No way. Not on that. But
And
that's a break.
he's calling for it right there. Look at the release.
But look where the ball's at. What do you think, Pat? Pat likes the call. So, but you know what? That's the call
I agree
they
to
made.
disagree.
I agree. That's something I got to start using in my everyday life now. I agree to disagree.
Yeah, Joe, when you're getting fired up to say I agree to disagree. Look at Kaczynski.
He's running hard. Woo! Kid wants it tonight, doesn't he?
He does. He
Man,
does.
as he come on, run the ball. Now, if you're Wayne, get yourself in a 5-man front. Get in that goal line defense, man. Oh, that's going to be a flag. He got in the end zone. That's going to be illegal motion. They weren't set. Watch this. Oh, yeah, got him. Boy, that's a 5-yard crushing penalty. See, Jeff, when I got down the goal line when I was a quarterback, I loved to go on first sound.
Oh, yeah.
Because the defense wasn't ready.
Yeah.
But if you go on first sound, you got to make sure everybody on your offense is set. Used to drive me nuts with the guys. I'm like, here we go, man. We're down the goal line. We're going to go on first sound.
First sound, not even on one.
You got to get set, you guys. And then one guy would lollygag up to the line. Which way do you go, George? Which way do you go?
Yep.
And he wouldn't get
Lollygaggers.
set. Yep, you wouldn't get set. And then we get the penalty. That's exactly what happened here. Now it becomes difficult. Your second and goal from the 6. Now can Wayne suck it up? Get that safety up.
You lollygag to the huddle. You lollygag to the line of scrimmage. It makes you a lollygagger.
Woo, that's pretty good defense. I tell you what, they're hand fighting down there, but that's pretty good defense. He wanted Washington, and I tell you, one of the things I liked about the Wayne defense, Jeff, is those 3 defensive backs for Wayne, they're all over 6 feet. So you've got some dogs down there with some size, kind of like those long corners that the Seattle Seahawks used to always draft and develop. Wayne's got some pretty good long corners. Now, think how big that penalty is. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 6. A huge play here.
And Kaczynski, that's the right call right there, as that is easy as can be. Kaczynski lighting it up here at Zollner Stadium. Now with his 2nd touchdown run. He's over 200 yards rushing in this game.
Unbelievable, a huge game. Kaczynski makes the cut. Watch Big Bubba on the kickout block on this. And shame on Wayne for playing a 4-man front. You had to get more guys to the point of attack on that play. But watch Bubba on the kickout, the traction AP replay. Watch Big Bubba right there. You see that block? Got him sealed, baby. It's all over. That's tell you what. That's what, 6'6", 350, Tommy Norris on the seal on the inside.
6'8", man.
6'8". Now here we go. Big 2-point conversion.
Maddox has Kaczynski on the swing.
Oh, he got him!
Does he have the pylon? Holy cow!
Wow! I thought he tackled him, man.
We're tied.
Wow. Boy, he stuck it over, Jeff. I think he just barely got that.
He got it all right.
Yep, Tommy says he barely put the ball over the pylon. I thought the Wayne defender was going to run him down. Wow, I tell you what, a Jeff Mahoney classic on rivalry week. Watch this, Jeff. I thought the Wayne defender's going to run him down. Come on, baby, you got to run him down. Run, baby, run, baby. Oh!
Just inside the pylon.
Wow, a game of inches, baby. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Wow, we got our good one, man. Woo! Everybody says, you guys are going out to Wayne and Concordia on rivalry week. Yes, we are, and we got a great one. It's 22 all, and we're seeing some great players and great performances out here.
Woo! Oh, so Snyder won 48-0.
48-0, Snyder rolls.
Yeah, this has been a great game, and you know what? it's just kind of crazy because the rushing attack was next to nil for Concordia coming into this one. The passing game was almost non-existent for Wayne coming into this one. And look at these guys go.
I know.
Kaczynski is just balling, 28 carries, 219 yards, averaging 7.8 yards per carry with 2 touchdowns. And on the southern, better pick that one up. That's a good call. You fall on that one.
You fall on that. So they've handled that. They handled that. It could have been a disaster right there, but you're right. And then Christian Trimble comes in and just goes flat off in a game in which Wayne has come in only completing 43% of their passes, Jeff. So you're right, man. We talked about it in pregame. Which team could get away from tendencies and be able to play better with either their pass game for Wayne or their run game for Concordia, and they both have got it done. So here we go, man. 22 up, 7 minutes left. A huge drive here for Wayne.
Trimble under center. They hand it off to Nelson, and you know what? That just hasn't worked all night in between the tackles.
Yeah, and I tell you who's playing well, too. I tell you what, James Rusher is just such a dog in there. I mean, 6'1", 240. He's going to be an all-conference linebacker. I tell you what, college is on the next level. I'm all over him, man. They're
going to have 4 inside linebacker all-conference players, I think, this year.
I tell you, we may just have to expand the all-conference this year, you know. That's okay, man. We'll just get some more plaques and some more hardware because we got so many good kids that are deserving.
Now you just take it away from other positions. That's how they do it every year. Trips on the bottom of your screen here on second down. Trimble going down the sideline. The one-handed grab. That's great defense out there. Show them what I'm talking about, Joe Walburn.
Yeah, watch.
That was a great defensive play.
That's a great ball by Trimble, but watch the corner out there close. That might be Washington closing out there. You have to check a number, but watch Trimble. He's got the matchup up top that he wants. Balls out, but watch right there. See the back close, defensive back close. Beautiful. Closes, watches the hands. When the Wayne receiver's hands go up, he slaps it away. That's great defense, and bookmark that play. We could look back at that play as being a big one.
3rd down and 9. Mack in motion. They're going to fake the handoff. Going deep is Trimble. He's got a man. Jacob Sharon.
No. It's going to bother him tomorrow.
They had that in the first half, too.
Sharon always catches that. Looked like he kind of maybe lost that one in the lights, Tommy, and went through his hands. That was 6 right there. Trimble put that ball on the money.
On the money.
Sharon's a great player. He usually makes that catch, so bookmark that one. Oh, boy, is Concordia. Concordia has just been so fortunate all night long with some of those plays, but now Wayne has to punt, and Concordia is in good shape in this matchup now.
The punt is off. Nobody back deep for Concordia. General's going to get the roll. Look at that second hop down to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, that's a mistake for Concordia.
That's a mistake. I have a safety. That's okay not to be back there. But I have a safety, hustle back. At least fair catch that.
You got to have somebody deep. That just cost you 25 yards in field position. So now if you're Wayne, you win on special teams. Now you got to suck it up here and get a stop. And I'm telling you, you got to gamble at some point and bring that safety up. You know, if you lay back, they're going to just gash you to death here with the run game. So this is a big play. Big series now for Wayne.
Tied at 22. 6:15 left to play. The way Concordia has been running the ball, they could milk it the rest of the quarter. Maddox goes down after a gain of about 5.
That's a good decision by Maddox. He wanted to let that ball fly. Everybody was covered. Good decision. Get upfield, get yourself 4 or 5 yards, and get down and live to play the next game. So next play, So here we go. Boy, this is a big series. Second down here. Let's see what Concordia dials up.
Trips on the bottom. Kaczynski in the backfield. Washington up top. They got the big. Oh, that's a screen pass to Kaczynski. He's got all kinds of space. Wow, great job by Jacob Sharon. I got to tell you, Jacob Sharon is looking like one of the best players on Wayne's team right now.
He is. Kaczynski's a sophomore. Sharon's a sophomore. And you're seeing a couple of sophomores dominate this game right now. If Sharon doesn't shoot up and get a little piece of them there, man, that's a big play for Concordia. So I'm telling you what, Wayne's got to move more guys up.
So it's 1st and 10. They're going to hand it off to Kaczynski once again. Man, he's going to have Jacob Lambert, Lamarion Nelson type performance.
He's on his way. Nice job by Rockford. Caden Rockford making that tackle. 5'10", about 210. Comes down. Rockford that time makes a nice play. Came in tonight with 38 tackles. I tell you, between him and Barksdale, Wayne's good at middle backer, and they need it now, Jeff.
Now it's trips to the top of your screen. And this is always frustrating when they use that trips as a decoy. And now Maddox Wright catches it off his back hip for a big gainer. 1st down, Concordia in General's territory.
Boy, he's a big target, 6'5", and that time Eli just puts the ball on the money. That's a beautiful pass. Right now I'd burn a timeout if I'm Wayne. I am totally playing a defense with 2 safeties out of position. See, the safeties are so far deep, so he can throw right in there. These safeties are 20 yards off the ball. Can't have it, baby. You got to adjust your defense. Look at the safeties so far deep.
Maddox Wright, 16 receptions, 194 yards entering today. And look at Kaczynski with another 11-yard run. And that'll be... Are they going to move the sticks? Yeah, they're moving the sticks.
That's a good-looking play on 1st down. And now Concordia is starting to kind of put their will on the Wayne defense. And Coach Manical, this play calling sharp. Wayne's got to come up and gamble a little bit, get more guys involved, because right now with Big Bubba, Concordia's just running behind Big Bubba.
1st and 10. Kaczynski this time hit at the line of scrimmage, but will fall forward for a gain of about 3 yards. That's what I like about this kid. He's a north and south runner.
Yes, and he needs to be, and that's what they want, because those blocks, when those offensive linemen get on those defensive linemen, you want to hit that hole when that block is there. He has a nice sense of timing, Jeff, to get that done. So Wayne's got to suck it up here, man. I tell you what, I'd be tempted. You got to move a few more pieces up if you're Wayne. You're getting gashed in the run game right now.
2nd down and 7. Kaczynski once again, this time nowhere to go, but still rode down from behind by number 57, Kenyon Davis.
Yeah, nice job by Davis.
Wow.
That should have been a loss that time, but Kaczynski gets some positive yards.
Yeah.
Now here you go, Jeff. You're under 3 minutes. Now you're in a 3rd and about a 6 right now. This is a huge play. If I'm Sherwood, I'm barking, baby. I'm barking for my kids. Come on, baby. Suck it up. I need a stop here.
And if I'm Coach Manigal, I'm also happy about the lights over there at IPFW. That's beautiful from up here. Maddox, nowhere to go. His safety valve is Kaczynski and finds him breaking tackles for a cadet 1st down. Huge 3rd down conversion.
That's a great effort by Kaczynski. He stopped on that. Maddox is buying time. Ragsdale is coming down on him to try to get the sack. Bookmark that. That's a huge play. Wayne had defended. Watch it right here. Max is watch Max. He's in. Here comes Ragsdale. Come on, baby. Come get me. Now watch Max. Checks it down to Kaczynski. Look at the cut. 1, 2 tackles. Poor tackling by Wayne. And that's a 1st down. And Concordia's in great shape now, Jeff.
So great job by Maddox checking down to the safety valve. And they'll go to Kaczynski once again. Kaczynski's like the Energizer Bunny tonight.
He sure is. And your 4-man front's gassed if you're Wayne. You want to think about, man, you got to start thinking maybe here about your timeouts, man, if you're Wayne, because right now you are gashed on your defense. And tell you what, man, you're getting gassed and you are just worn out there. So we'll see what they do here, Jeff. But, man, Concordia has them now.
Generals with 2 timeouts remaining. Concordia has all 3 of theirs on 1st and 10 inside the 20. Kaczynski, nice cut, and he's in for 6. The young man's 3rd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, that's another great run. How about the offensive line? And wow, Kaczynski to the rescue. Coach mentioned him last night in Around the Fort, talking about how good of a player he is. But they just mauled Wayne on that drive. And I tell you what, man, I would have totally changed my defense. But let's see now, man. I tell you what, let's see what Wayne can answer. Wayne's going to get one more shot, but that was a good-looking drive.
And Kaczynski's over there on the sidelines, Joe. He might have thrown up a little bit, but that's just because he is working so hard. You know when sometimes you just have to dig in deep and you have to go 190%, even though your body only allows you to go 100. Kaczynski's doing that tonight, and he's putting on a performance for the ages.
He is 6 feet, 160, running his guts out literally, and that was a tremendous run that time by him. So, boy, I tell you what, Wayne, it's just shocking at this point in the game, Jeff, that Wayne's losing after what we've seen on this. They're going to be sick when they watch the tape tomorrow, but not all's lost now. Get the ball back. Can you put together a drive here if you're Wayne and suck it up? But Concordia's going to need to stop with their defense.
Wow! And they're able to take 5 minutes off the clock, 1:48 remaining. Wayne's going to have to go to the air, and they've been doing a fine job of it all game long. Woo! Little squibber.
Wow, that's a mistake. I don't know if that was on purpose.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
He just gave up tremendous field position for Wayne. That's a bust on special teams for Concordia on that kick. Now Wayne, minute 46 left, Jeff. You got great field position here. And we got a quick final score. Looks like Norwell, I'm sorry, it might not be a final, 41-14 Norwell.
Sure.
So
yeah, that was a great coverage there by Tillin Lichtensteiner Jones. I'm sorry, but if your last name's Lichtensteiner, you better watch out for this kid, a sophomore at 6'2", 170. Trimble, and we got a bunch of hook patterns right in the same area, Joe. That's dangerous. That was pretty congested over there.
Yeah, that's dangerous, but he gets it out there to Tolles. Tolles makes another big catch. Now you got to move with the purpose now if you're Wayne. Can't take it too much time. You got to get it moving, man. And right now, I guess he must have got out of bounds. They're not starting that clock, but you got to get moving if you're Wayne.
What a game.
A fantastic high school game.
I've seen so many great games here at this stadium. 29-22. Trimble looking deep. And that's Grant Hayworth providing the pressure. Look how fast Trimble is. Doesn't he kind of remind you of Jalen Hurts?
Absolutely. That is just a fantastic description, Jalen Hurts. He tucks that so fast, gets out of bounds. I thought he got the first down. I guess he's a little bit short, but that was a great recognition. Now you got to get the first down here, so, we'll see what they do here. But that was a great job. Trimble's just been all of that tonight.
Jalen Hurts was squatting 600 pounds in high school.
That's unbelievable.
Showing blitz, that's Mower. Marion Nelson trying to get the edge. And will. Wow. That is one train you do not want to get in front of. It takes a train nearly a mile to stop.
Just breaking knowledge. And on that train's going to find that hole and get upfield and get those big yards. So many of his runs, you look like there's not much there, but he finds a crease or a wiggle. And here we go. Wayne's got some momentum getting down the field, Jeff.
Trips on the top of your screen here on 1st and 10. 122 and counting. Wide receiver screen goes out to Tolles. That is Zach Welkland's guy, and this guy gets a gain of about a half a yard.
Good defense out there to make the tackle. I don't like the play call because you're going to eat up a lot of time on that, man. You got to throw that ball down the field. Look at how much time they're losing after that play.
1 minute now on the clock, and we are, and getting called is going to be Williams on the false start. Referee had a hard time getting the yellow hanky out of his pocket.
Yeah, like one of those flags that was stuck, you know, just couldn't get it out. But you're right.
Williams was saying, snap the ball, snap the ball.
Yeah, he was. And, man, you got to throw the ball down the field now, man. 53 seconds left. I'd look maybe for another one of those passes to Sharon in the slot. You've had some success with the seam routes.
2nd down and 14 from the 43-yard line.
Trimble, nowhere to go. Brett Hayward. Wow! How about that? Woo! Got to burn a timeout. How about Hayward?
Big dog got to eat.
Woo! Big dog got to eat. And Big Dog just took that tackle for a ride.
Wow!
Woo! I'm telling you, Tommy, they better recruit the 260. We got some dogs out here, man. Watch Hayward move the tackle. Look at that. Wow. Look at that, man.
Hey, you got to put some respect on his name. That's Grant Hayward, that 6'5", 220 pounds.
Unbelievable,
Whoa.
man. Wow, I tell you what.
Whoa.
I tell you, when you get a defensive end who's long and good with their hands, woo, you got to love that. Man, that was a big play.
Hey, is this Thriller? They got Michael Jackson. They got Michael Jackson on the speakers here. It's 3rd down and 19.
That was for Hayworth. They're playing Thriller for Hayworth because, man, the way he went around that corner.
He's so spooky off the edge. He's just a thriller tonight, you know what I'm saying?
That tape's going to be a thriller when those colleges see it. I see you, Grant Hayward.
He's looking like a 5-star stunner.
Absolutely, I see you.
Holy cow.
Woo!
47 seconds remaining. Huge play here. What does Christian Trimble have underneath his sleeve? Trimble looking deep. Oh no! Hayworth, he drops the ball, picks it up, rolls out, and fires a rocket. Incomplete.
Unbelievable play. I tell you, the effort and the heart that Trimble has. Rolls out, slips on that cadet emblem, drops the ball, picks it up, runs back to the left, and tries to throw a pass. Now here we go, man. 4th and long. You're way behind the sticks if you're Wayne. You got to get your receivers down the field. And if I'm Concordia, I'm begging. If I'm Manigal, I'm begging with Hayworth. Just give me one more, baby. One more pressure, and let's close this out.
4th down. 19, 7th place in the SAC on the line. Trimble's going deep. Johnny Washington says, yes, I will. Is he in bounds?
He's out of bounds.
He's out of bounds.
And you're right, Washington gets it. And what happened was Trimble had to throw that ball, Jeff, about a couple of seconds before he wanted to because Hayworth steamrolled the tackle again.
Yeah, you're right about that one.
And they just didn't have enough time on that route for it to develop. And Trimble,
show them what you're talking about.
Watch this. Watch Hayworth steamroll the tackle. Look at that. Steamroll the tackle. Just throws him aside. And Trimble's got to get rid of it. That's Grant Hayworth. That defensive series was brought to you by Grant Hayworth, 6'5".
That's a hog toss right there.
That's what that is, and that ends the game. Wow.
What a game here at Sonner Stadium. I'm loving it. And Eli Maddox.
That's it. Woo, man.
With the finishing touches.
Man, Grant Hayworth is a man at defensive end. I tell you what, I send that tape out all over. How about Concordia overcoming?
Yeah, no doubt about it, Joe. Tell us more. I know you're going to head down and get some interviews. We're going to send it to a commercial. We'll be right back after this quick break.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back, everybody. What an outstanding game we had there. 29-22 is your final. Joe Walburn heading down to the field. Coach Manigal has the team huddled up. So we're going to try to get Joe here in a second. Hopefully our microphone will be able to pick up all the way down there. Tommy, I'm looking for a Patreon or something. Maybe we could upgrade our wireless mic there.
Yeah, I would say so.
I've gone through a couple. Tommy, your thoughts on that game there, big guy?
I'll tell you what, it was a fantastic game, man. Back and forth. Opportunities not taken, but then opportunities gained.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Gosh.
How about the running back there, Kaczynski? You know, a career night for him, over 200 yards rushing. Had the huge 2-point conversion there to tie the game up, and then Concordia marches right down, and he gives them the lead. They win it 29-22.
Yeah, he was acting like he wanted a pair of boots.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Maybe he deserves a pair of boots too,
Whoa.
Tommy. That's a good call right there.
Wow.
We're gonna put Joe. We're gonna put Joe on the spot with that one, buddy.
Second effort, unbelievable in the game.
Yeah, it certainly was. You know, Tommy, Wayne came out and they were pitching the ball all around the field, but you know, down to the end there, Johnny Washington comes up with the interception. Kind of a quiet night there for Washington. Probably used more as a decoy as they got the sophomore Williams Thomas involved. But, you know, it's like Joe said, in that cover, too, every single time Kaczynski got to the second level, I mean, he had so much space to maneuver, and he does such a good job with his vision reading the field. Very impressed with that young man.
He reminded me of the when you're doing the pinball game and the ball's just bouncing off of the bumpers and all that. That's what he did. He came up to lay him down.
Hey, Jeff, I'm down here with Coach Manigal. Boy, was that exciting. Another slow start. You talked about it last night. You're tired of those slow starts. But, man, did they suck it up and come on, and that was a big win.
Well, we just talked about it. Again, it's that resiliency. We just talked about it last night, right? No matter what the circumstance, our guys really keep fighting. And tonight, it served them well. You're right, man. I don't know. We got to figure out what we're doing with our starts because we cannot get off to a good start to save our lives. So we put ourselves in a hole. But, yeah, they kept fighting. Landon had a great night at running back and on defense, frankly.
And in the pregame, we talked about, can Concordia get away from a tendency of really having to rely on the pass? Can they come out here and run the ball? And, man, did your O-line, when you watch that tape, your O-line was awesome, and Landon ran all over.
So, again, I mean, I would stack this O-line up against many that Concordia has ever had, including some of our great teams, right?
Wow.
And Landon came up, played hard. The look they were presenting us said run the ball. They were clearly looking to take away a Johnny. Eli threw for 355 last week, so that got their attention. It was nice to see that we could do that, have a balanced attack.
Defensively, the last possession, the play of Grant Hayworth. Grant Hayworth was awesome. tonight. The last play, you got to go in and watch the tape. He picks up and throws the tackle out of the way. I mean, your defense sucked it up. And talk for a second about some of those players like Rusher, but the great play of Grant Hayworth tonight.
Grant came on and made some huge plays for us. There's no question about it. I'll have to look at the tape. I wasn't focused on him initially, so it'll be great to see that. I do think our defense has been solid all year long. They played well. I mean, if a team wants to run the ball at us, I like our chances. And this kid's a good running back, and we more or less held him in check, right? I mean, he got his yards, but it wasn't like the 400 that he had before. So, I mean, credit to our front six. We have some work to do in the secondary. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We got a lot of young kids back there, but it's always better to come back and work on it after a victory. You know?
Yeah. So, again, congratulations. And I want to tell you again, your kids play so incredibly hard for you. You were so humble last night and around the fort. We enjoyed the interview so much, but I just want to give you credit. The mark of a great high school coach is how hard his kids play for you, Coach.
They play hard. I mean, that's a credit to them. They really do. They play hard, and we're proud of them. That's what we just talked about right now. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Congratulations, Coach. I'm going to get Landon now. Woo! Landon, we had you for almost 300 yards, man. Talk about the offensive line and how hard you ran out there. It felt like Bubba and the big boys and James were making blocks and getting those holes open, but you just felt like you could not be denied.
Man, it's one thing to run, but it's so much easier when you got dudes up front making a hole that's 10 feet wide, you know. I mean, you still got to run hard, but, man, it makes it so much easier when you got big fellas up there that are going to block hard all game.
Well, we were so excited with Summit City Sports to come out and do the game. And take me through, though, on that third down pass play at the end when Eli's in trouble and he kind of dumped it off to you and you broke 2 tackles and made the play to get the first down.
You know, he told me before the play, he said, flare out right, there's nobody over there. And I listened to him. He looked right or he looked left, got everybody over there, and then I was wide open. And, man, receivers made some good blocks, and I was able to get it in.
What's it mean to you on Friday night to come out here to play for a legendary high school coach and Coach Manigal and to wear those Concordia colors and to play for your Dogs as hard as you did tonight?
You know, there's nothing like it. This atmosphere is amazing. All the amazing fans, and, you know, it doesn't get better than this. It's so much fun to come out here and play.
You were tremendous and showed so much heart. Congratulations, Landon. We really loved your game tonight. Come on in here, big boy. I'm Joe Walburn with Summit City Sports. Grant Hayworth, I'm telling you what, man, that last play, we saw you throw the tackle on that last play, man. I thought you were awesome tonight. We saw your tape this season, and Casey O'Boyle, Jeff Mahoney, Jake Smith, and I said, man, we got to get out there and see Grant Hayworth. You're all that in a bag of chips, man. I tell you what, congratulations. Talk about just that last possession, man, and how that sack you had. You made them throw the ball early on the last play. Just talk about the relentlessness not to let them get a big play on you guys.
Yeah, so it's senior night. We have to play our best, and my time was due, and I had to play hard for my Dogs on the sideline, namely Tim, who his parents didn't even show up to senior night, so I had to play for him as well. And, you know, I just went through the motions and then got the tackle.
That was fantastic, man. You're 6'5", look about 230, man. I'm 6'4", about 240. You're bigger than me. I mean, talk about maybe some of the opportunities in the next level. I mean, Jeff Mahoney always talks about defensive ends that are long, and you got it, man. And I tell you what, I think you could be a tremendous prospect in the next level.
Yeah, I just started getting into that kind of things like 2 years ago. I was like, I might as well give it a try.
Yes.
I played my sophomore year of football, and I just gave it a shot and just worked hard, and yeah.
Sky's the limit, man. I don't think you know how good you can be. And lastly, you talked about, hey, I come out and I'll try football. You're enjoying this. What's it like to play in an atmosphere like this, man? I mean, it's senior night. It's a huge crowd, huge game. You're playing for Coach Manigal. I mean, Lamarty and Nelson's on the other side of the scrimmage against you, run the ball. Man, what was it like tonight to play in this game?
Yeah, I knew it would be a challenge against the Wayne Generals. Like, he's a really good running back, obviously, one of the best in the area. So we just had to do our jobs, play under our coaches, and then, yeah.
Congratulations, Grant. I think you could be a tremendous player at the next level if you pursue it. I was really impressed with you tonight. And you tell all those Dogs for Concordia that Summit City Sports is proud of how hard you guys played and how you fought back and won that game.
All right, thank you.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah, we certainly are proud of how hard they played, and it was an extremely exciting game. And you know, Tommy, coming into this one, we said Johnny Washington, Lamarian Nelson, man, this is going to be an awesome game. Can't wait to see these guys play. And so many other guys, you know, took the spotlight. And it was great to see Trimble and Williams and Tolles. And, I mean, the list just goes on and on. So, outstanding game. Tommy, any final words?
This was a fun game to be involved in and watch. And I'll tell you what, it was not won until the last few minutes of the game.
Absolutely, Tommy. I agree with you 100%. Pat Rice was on camera, the best in the biz. Joe Walburn, Jeff Mahoney, Tommy Norris. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. Great game. Once again, Concordia wins it 29-22. They take the lead late and get the dub. They improved their record now to 3-4 on the season. They got 7th place all by themselves. Have a great weekend, everybody. Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Jim Rath's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels, we did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here. Here.
Here.
I belong here.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, SummitCitySports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And I mean, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And I mean, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here.
Our football team haven't won a sectional title in 32 years.
There's no team better than us, and we just do our job.
Nobody really want to lose no more.
All you want is greatness. You want me 1, 2, 3?
This is a game that's been on my calendar all year.
We gonna need fan discipline.
We a whole different Northside team.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.